last week you all, I can't remember exactly when we started last week. I think you were halfway through your journey through the long walk. And the last couple days of the long walk went by pretty quick there. There wasn't as much combat as the first half. You were able to talk your way past the patrols and just paying the tolls and moving on, not having to worry about coming to blows like with Flendak's group. And I think the only combat we had that session was... No, we had the Ropers. You guys encountered the Ropers, I think, last session, but you ended up running away. That might have been the session before. They're all blurring together for me.
That was the session before.
That was the last one.
No, it wasn't. It was the session before. We picked up last session right after the ordeal with the Ropers.
Yep.
You're lying to me.
I'm not. I promise you. It was right after the Ropers. We had just run away from them, and that was the start of the next session.
Then what did we do?
We went on and we fought the sword creatures that had a sword in one thing and
the Sugathi
wand and another arm.
And that's where we got into the tension moment with the money and giving it to the ironclad guy.
Yep, we passed 2 patrols.
That was 2 separate weeks?
Yep.
Yeah, Josh is in the same place as me. My head's kind of blurring all of the Darkland stuff together, and it's like, it was all one session. The whole thing. But we ended off last session. You guys had made it to the prominent area that splits off from the long walk, the Five-Eyed Matron. And you encountered another group of Duragar here. They were a group of slavers who had run into some issues with their Trox slaves, and they tried to enlist you to help track them down, and you weren't all too keen, so they relented and offered to pay you in advance, and for some odd reason you didn't accept still, and they were a bit confused as to why anyone in their right mind would turn down money like that, but eventually it came to the point where both sides realized that there wasn't going to be much progress diplomatically, and so the Duragard decided it would just be easier to replace their old slaves with the surface dwellers in front of them, and thus combat ensued, and we ended a little bit in the middle of the combat at the top of round 4 is what I have here. I believe it was at the very, very top of the round that we had ended off last week. So with that said, we'll jump back into the combat here and see how things go from round 4 onwards. And at the top of the 4th round is actually one of my guys, so I get to start us off here. Orange Durgar captain over here is going first in the initiative order.
I don't believe you.
I'm pretty sure my elemental goes first. I'm pretty sure.
Your elemental goes on your turn, which is the very last turn of the combat. So
I also think my hit points are wrong. There's no way I lost that many. So we should probably just start the whole combat over with the dead ones dead and us at full.
Yes, that checks out.
Interesting. I think Orange is gonna continue. I think he was attacking the Earth Elemental before because the Earth Elemental just popped up out of nowhere. So he's gonna keep going for that one. He's gonna try to put it down. He's gonna power attack this one and whatnot. He was having decent chance hitting before. Actually, I think he might power attack and Vital Strike. He can do that.
No, that's not necessary. Why not take 2 attacks?
It's a bit overkill, but go for it.
Yeah, take 2 attacks.
Okay, yeah, Vital Strike and Power Attack, so that's -3. Okay. Oh, gosh. I wish he had attacked Gideon instead.
Huh.
Alright, that'll hit.
It's a natural 20, which is a critical threat.
That'll hit.
Which is why I said I wish I had attacked Gideon.
Well, shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't. That's the kind of thing that we're at right now.
To confirm, that's only a 7 on the die, but because he Vital Striked and Power Attacked, it's a 23 to hit.
That confirms.
Okay. Well, I think we can safely assume that the Elemental is dead. Let me just roll the damage.
I'm pretty sure. It'd be weird if he wasn't.
Oh my gosh. It's so dead. So that is 67 points of damage to the Earth Elemental, but reduced by 5 because of its DR. So 62 points of damage to the Elemental, which I assume kills it.
Yes, it had 21 hit points left.
Yeah, I figured. And then he is going to... Ooh, I don't know if he can get there without provoking. No.
He can still move after all that?
Yeah, because he Vital Strike, so he was only a standard action. So what he'll do is he'll actually go here.
How high up is Kieran?
I think
20
Kieran
feet.
is, yeah. They're both in the air by a fair margin.
Nets.
After that, we have Jessup, who is just got trampled by a giant beetle.
That beetle's almost dead. Don't forget, it's almost dead. It's almost dead. Kill it.
All right, now's the time to whip out that spend 2 cantrips, get a free quicken spell ability that you have.
Jason and I talked about that, and he wasn't too keen on that or my Inspire Greatness. So, Jessup will maintain performance. Jessup will see what he can do. He will 5-foot step back, swift action Arcane Strike, point blank, and he will take 3 shots at the beetle, and we shall see if it has reach.
All right. You step back, you pull out your bow, or I guess you already had your bow. You
Yeah,
pull back on your bow, and you begin to loose arrows, and the beetle is going to take an attack against you.
No! You said casting defensively, right?
Yeah, casting defensively with my martial
Shooting defensively.
Shooting
Yeah.
defensively. Not a good roll, 27 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Now, unfortunately, this guy does not have power attack, but his base damage is still going to be 28 points of damage to you, Jessup. And you may continue your attacks.
Oh, thank you. All right, well, let's see if I can do more than 28 damage to him.
Yeah, let's see if you can
Kill
trade.
him.
So Inspire Courage, point blank, Arcane Strike, not firing into melee. Sure.
Hey, that's some damage.
Oh, so I got a
Okay.
34, 27, and the nat 121 will miss.
Yes. The 34 will hit your target, dealing 13 points of damage, which is actually enough to kill it because it only had 8 hit points left.
Oh, very nice.
Could I re-target the other shot?
Yeah, you can. You can either take. No, you 5-foot step back, so you can't do a move action.
5-foot step. Yeah, so he is looking at firing through partial color and into melee. Or this one, he kind of has some, maybe. And then this one,
So
maybe.
it's either firing into melee, firing into cover, or firing into cover and melee.
Now, to be fair, we've consistently ruled that big creatures are big, so he might have an angle there, also depending on how tall this creature is.
True. Yeah, he might be able to shoot over Gideon's head into blue without firing into melee.
Would that give him partial cover?
I'd say partial is probably fine. I don't think it's going to matter because the 27, even with full cover, because he's bigger, his AC is lower.
Well, it's going to be tough, but I'll take a shot. It will be at a -1 because I don't have point blank on for that because it's too far.
Gotcha.
So it would be 26. Everything else should still be on with that.
Yeah, even if it had full soft cover, a 26 would still just hit the big one in the back. So,
Nice.
not in the back, but he's in the back of the battle.
Right in his face, in his skull. Critical hit, he's dead.
So 14 points of damage to that guy.
Yeah, so move action, shoot in action, almost dead action. We're good.
That brings us to blue.
Who gives up and dies.
It's going to be a bit risky, but he can see that he's got his guys that are taking care of things. He's going to move around a little bit and start making his way towards the guy who just shot him.
I don't know who that might be.
And that'll be his turn. That brings us to Miss Flying Psychic. And Kieran, you have all of your claws and stuff out, right?
I do.
Okay. She's going to 5-foot fly back. Do you also have your glaive out? So are you going to threaten the whole area?
I think so. I think that was my goal, but I have to look back at my last... Because I think that's usually what I try to do. I'm not sure, but I would imagine.
So in that case, she's just going to cast defensively where she's at.
No, isn't it like a -4 for psychic casters?
Well, she's not going to cast one of her psychic spells.
Oh, I see.
She's going to cast her spell-like ability as a Duragar defensively.
Okay.
So it's technically not a gimme, but it's pretty much a gimme. Yeah, 22, and it's only a second level spell. So she goes invisible, and then she'll take her. You'll still be able to get an attack of opportunity because you have blind sense, I think, but it will have the concealment, correct?
Yes, but with blind fight, I can roll twice.
Yes. She doesn't know you have any of those things, so she's going to fly away a little bit. So you know that she went towards the south on this orientation, but you do get an attack of opportunity with your bite or claw as she moves away. I guess you could wait until she's a little bit further into your glaive, so whichever of those you prefer, I guess.
So she didn't 5-foot step?
No, she cast defensively and then did a full move this time. She's trying to get away for repositioning.
Her full move is outside of my glaive range?
Yes.
You just made it sound like I couldn't do an attack of opportunity with my glaive.
No, I said you could wait for her to get outside. Because if her first square that she provokes is adjacent to you, so you couldn't do the glaive. But you could wait for her to move into glaive range and then get away, I assume.
I see what you mean. So it all happened in one fluid motion, but it just depends on at what point of her motion
she's
I would.
moving away, and it's just whichever of your attacks you want to do. Like, you can wait and do the glaive, or you can just take your bite attack right away as soon as she moves. I don't know if blind fight matters if she's not immediately adjacent to you, or I don't know.
I don't know, but I would probably just do the bite, or actually it makes more sense probably to do the claw, just to try to swipe out as she leaves. So my claw attack will be a 25.
All right, a 25 will miss.
Oh, it still misses? Is it within 5?
It is within 5.
Okay, so an image is gone. And it doesn't miss because of displacement, right? Or the concealment, right? It just missed because it didn't hit her AC.
Yeah, no, you just didn't hit the AC.
Okay, gotcha. But I still know where she's at generally.
Your range is 30 feet?
Yes. Like, I would have been able to sense kind of the part where she left my...
You know that she went in this direction,
Okay.
but she is outside of your current blind sense. So you don't know her exact location. You just know where she moved before she disappeared.
Okay, gotcha.
So that is her turn, trying to create space. Brings us to Gideon.
All right, finally. So Gideon is going to 5-foot step into a willingly bad flanking position, but in doing so, he will flank red with Oran.
And
Gonna
then
try-
Orange moves around to this square, so we've got flank, 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 flank.
Correct.
My goal is to put him down here, though, because if I do, I'll hit a second tier on my deadly juggernaut. So, Inspire Courage, Haste, Wrath. We're going to uncheck fighting defensively. Yeah, we're going to try to hit this guy. Good Hope. And that's everything. Swift action, we'll get a quick heal in
All right.
Classic.
for 12. Yeah, it is classic, and we heal pretty well there, above average for sure.
Don't we have healing or something too?
Yes, we have fast healing.
Fast healing too?
Thank you, Justin. You remembered.
I got you, bud.
Yeah, across weeks, is that something?
Weeks!
Okay, there's a 35, a 22, and a 35. That doesn't have flanking in there. I forgot about that. So that's going to be 2 higher for each of those.
Okay. So all of those will hit your target.
So 18, 19 for the first one, and then
He is still up after the first hit.
23 for the second one.
The second hit will put him down.
Okay, and then we'll redirect the last one to green. It also will be 1 higher as Deadly Juggernaut ticks up to +2 to both damage and melee.
Yeah, so that one's 1 higher, but not 2 higher because you don't have flanking anymore. So it would be a 36, but that still hits.
Yep.
For 18 damage to green.
It'll be 19 damage because my damage goes up 2.
All right, he's still up.
You added in my Discord voice too, Josh, right?
Yeah, I was adding them in as I was saying them.
Okay. And that's your full suite of actions, I believe.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay. That'll bring us to green. who is going to step down a little bit and is going to not power attack, but is going to try to vital strike.
Oh, by the way, I'm assuming they're valid targets. They have hit dice equal to me -4.
So they would have to have 8 or more?
Yeah.
Yes, they're above that, yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm trying to think, because vital strike doesn't... There's no reason not to do the second attack, to be honest. So, even though it's probably not going to hit...
You're gonna miss anyway.
Yeah.
You don't know. I'm not fighting defensively anymore, so it's possible.
Might as well go for 2 just to up the chances of hitting at least once. And try to roll a natural 20. We'll see. So, no power attack, no vital strike.
Oh,
And
really
none
wants
of
to
these
get
other
some damage
feats
in.
matter. I could be a massive jerk, but I don't want to bother with the combat maneuver rules for that, I don't think.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Try to do it. Do it. It's worse gonna happen. Unless you don't want, like, for rule.
Well, I just don't... I'd have to read into it a little bit, because it has greater sunder
Oh, yeah, no,
as a
don't do that.
feat.
I take it back. Don't sunder my...
Which would be a combat maneuver against your CMD, which honestly would... But you have magical armor, I'm sure, so I don't know if he'd be able to really get past all the hardness and stuff, so... He's just going to go 2 attacks against you. So,
Okay.
First attack, natural 1. Awesome. The one that was most likely to hit. That's cool. I love it.
I'm sorry, dude. Hopefully your session turns around.
Natural 20, maybe. No. 27 is not going to hit.
Nope.
So that is Green's turn. That brings us to Kieran.
Kieran is going to move action, pull a scroll out of his handicapper sack, and then standard action, he is going to cast the scroll, which is a scroll of see invisibility,
All right.
which I've been holding on to for a long time, and I guess I'll just burn right now because he wants to hunt her down.
We've had enough of your shenanigans, Jason.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So you cast see invisibility. It is a personal spell, so you cast it on yourself.
Yes.
Lasts a long time.
well, it'll
You can
last
see-
30 minutes, and
Oh, because it's a scroll.
yeah.
Yeah. So you can see any object or being that are invisible within your range of vision. So there's not really a range.
right.
Gotcha. All right. So you know exactly where she is. I guess I'll put her back on the normal layer, but only you'll technically know where she is.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to take her off and then just direct me when it's
it's
my
fine.
turn, but
It's no big deal. Just the others will have to make sure that you don't technically know she's there.
and then I will 5 foot fly, and that's my turn.
At the bottom of the round, we have Oran and his Earth Elemental. Oh, wait.
Wow. That's just hateful.
That poor guy can't keep any pets, can he?
Oran's gonna 5 foot step down. I was
All
gonna
right.
try and maneuver around, but it gets tricky.
Yeah.
It gets tricky.
Steps up to Green, who had just gotten a bit of a beating from Gideon there. Gosh.
You even realize it.
Oh my gosh! What is happening?
1 second. Let's see here, and let's see if it confirms.
Well, it already rolled the confirm in there.
Oh, did it? I
Yeah,
can't see
yeah.
it. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, stop
38.
just, rolling big numbers, bro.
Sorry.
No
My
need.
bad. My bad.
You can do damage for it, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If I just click my damage, will it do the?
Yeah, it'll do it.
Okay. So the 34 will hit your target, dealing 17 points of damage. Still up. Another 6 from Jessup, still up. The natural 20, 47 will hit with the, looks like 38 to confirm. Will confirm. Whoop, I skipped the other-
28.
Skipped one. Yep.
42. I skipped the second crit. Spoilers. So the second attack is a natural 20, 42 to hit with a 28 to confirm. That does confirm, dealing 52 points of damage, which would put him down to negative 50. But you do have your third attack and technically don't have anything you could do in place of it, so you could still hit him.
Yeah, on the backswing, he hits Gideon.
Yep.
Yeah. Nope. Squish
Yep.
its head.
So he is at negative 107.
Don't forget 2 more D6s there, Jessup.
If you want to, you could hit red and put him down further, so that way you might not have to worry about if you wanted to do a channel, because it'd be really far
this is
down.
true. I would be shocked if she can channel. Oh, for me to channel.
For you
okay.
to channel, then that way you wouldn't have to worry necessarily about.
Yeah,
that
let's do that, Jason.
I mean,
Let's do that, Jason.
it's a
Why
wasted
not?
hit. You might as well kill him.
Yeah. Let's do
Okay.
that.
So green is at -50 and red is at -62.
Plus a D6 each more.
You're getting miles on that 61.
Their skulls have turned to paste.
Oh, this is awful.
That's my turn.
How
That's
do you
my turn.
roll so good?
I
That's
don't
actually
know, man.
The most
I don't know.
ridiculous array I've ever seen.
I re-up on my Roll20 subscription.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Holy cow.
Nat 20s for days.
That brings us to the top of round 5 with Orange again. He can only really attack one of you. He's going to 5-foot step up and take 2 attacks against Gideon. No power attack, no vital strike. First attack, you would not believe it. Another natural 1.
Are you pulling your punches, man?
No.
We've told you in the past. You can play them as how you like, dude.
Okay, the second attack is better, but because it's the iterative, I don't think it's going to hit. Let's just say he charged 5 feet, right?
Within the rules of the game, I'm fine. You
That
can do
is
what you want.
only a 32 on the iterative.
Ain't gonna cut it, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The first attack would have hit if it had been that roll, but no. That brings us to Jessup.
Jessup.
Jessup,
It's time to go.
Jessup's gonna die.
I don't think so. He killed the beetle.
Jessup will maintain performance.
All right.
He's gonna cast Displacement on himself.
All right.
Gonna gamble it, because there's no way I don't think they're not gonna hit me if they try.
We shall see.
And Jessup will move up.
All right.
Oran, I'm right behind you. I'll help you. By the way, that guy's gonna try to kill me. That is all.
That then brings us to his turn, and he will move right here, I think, and make 1 power attack vital strike at Jessup.
Jessup's gonna die. Unless Jessup rolls another nat 1.
I did not, but it's not a great roll, and I don't think your AC is this low. Oh my gosh, it is.
It's pretty low.
It's pretty low, dude.
It's okay, so with power attack, he's taking a -3 penalty, which brings him to exactly a 23. Because I rolled a 7, right? And 7 plus 16 is 23. So that does hit, but we have displacement.
So I want you to roll 1 to 50, right?
Yeah, I'll roll it in the chat for you. So 1 to 50 is a miss. 51 or higher is a hit. 10.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
10 will miss his target. And that is his turn. That brings us to Rovalda. And now you've all clumped yourselves up real nicely for me, so...
But we didn't know that she was there.
Yeah, you don't know she's there. She is... So all creatures in a 15-foot burst, so that's going to be all 3 of you.
And orange, maybe.
Yeah, it'll hit orange, but that's fine. He's got some bonuses. She is going to spend 4 of her Phrenic Pool points, because this is a mind-affecting spell that requires a will save to it, so she's going to increase the save DC by
What did you call them?
Phrenic Pool points.
And this is a psychic?
Yes.
Sounds like complicated class.
It's
I don't want to
stupidly
play.
complicated. But she's going to use her overpowering mind ability to increase the DC of this save, so I need a will save from all 3 of you.
All right, well, I will do that.
And as we've established, there is 0 visual tell that she's casting a spell whatsoever.
No, that's what we settled on after all that.
No, I'm just kidding.
Technically, she's invisible, so, but she becomes visible now because that was offensive.
Yes, she would be visible to all of you at this point, yes.
Jessup will is gonna immediate action cast Saving Finale.
Okay, so you must do first you end your performance when a creature within range affected by your bardic performance, and you are affected by your own.
Oh, I guess I don't know if we failed, I suppose.
Is it a spell or spell-like ability?
It is a spell.
Is it a charm or compulsion effect?
It is compulsion.
Then it's too higher for me.
Okay. You passed anyways.
Okay.
Oran, you also pass. Jessup, you do fail, so I don't know if that
Can I
matters, 'cause
do the saving finale on myself?
I assume so, because it's an immediate action. It's kind of weird, because what she cast was the confusion spell, but because of how immediate actions work, I'm pretty sure you should be fine.
Yeah, it's weird.
Even
but
though
it's
you'd
good.
be confused.
But you're
you're fine.
not.
Well, I guess it depends. You might be fine. You might not be fine.
Correct.
So
We have to reroll.
go for
yeah.
it.
Yeah, go ahead, reroll. You end your performance,
22.
and you reroll for a 22, which does pass.
Yay!
Nice.
So because my performance immediately ends, it would immediately proc my song of healing, my soothing performance there. So the other 3 would no longer get fast healing, but will now heal for 1d8 plus 12.
Okay, so orange and blue heal. Gotcha.
Yes, that is how
Yes.
confusion works.
Yep.
Kieran, Gideon, and Oran will heal for 14.
Does that count as temp HP if you're at full or no?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Wow. Imagine being full.
Yep. Just learn how to fly, Gideon.
When the bardic performance ends, which would inspire courage when I cast the spell, the fast healing granted by the spell ends, but all creatures affected heal 1d8 damage plus 1 per cast to above to a max of 15. So also, if any of you are exhausted, fatigued, nauseated, paralyzed, sickened, or stunned, that's gone too.
We should have magic in real life.
Because saving finale is an immediate action, it does not provoke, so you're good.
How'd she get over there?
She moved.
You don't know that, Gideon. You don't know.
You do now. She cast a spell
Never
that
mind,
affected
Gideon
you
knows.
guys, so you see her appear there.
Oh, interesting. Nice try on the gotcha.
Is she still in the air?
Yes, she is flying about 30 feet in the air at this point, but she just flew straight across here, basically.
Or she doesn't want to come down for a little bit?
No.
Nah.
nah.
No.
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 Nah. He's fine up there. Okay.
And that is her turn. That brings us to Gideon.
Okay. Gideon's gonna do what Gideon's does. So he'll attack orange.
All right.
And let's not fight defensively again. Let's just go for damage.
Okay. So all 3 of those will hit. So 21 plus 20 is 41 plus 18 is 59.
Mhm.
For orange. Okay. Still up.
That's it.
All right.
Question, Jason, on...
Yes.
So for Discordant Voice, it says whenever you're using a bardic performance to create a spell or spell-like natural effect, it's lingering, so it's still going on, but I'm not actually casting it or having that active. So Discordant would still work or not work?
I don't believe so.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to double check.
So yes, Gideon, you do a tremendous amount of damage to orange, but he is still slightly alive. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I thought we were past that. I 5-foot step and I healed up 3. I rolled 3d6 and killed
Gotcha.
8. Did the divine touch thing.
That'll bring us to Kieran.
All right. Kieran's gonna pull out an ethereal RPG, and he's gonna blast off some magic missiles
Okay.
at the lady.
That is a highly underwhelming RPG.
Yeah. I can't remember does she have spell resistance?
No.
Okay. So magic missile, 17 force damage at her.
You cast Magic Missile, and it looks like they are all deflected by some sort of ethereal shield.
Ah, poop. Well, I'll move up then. I'll get closer.
No, I'm chill with that. It's nice when bad guys have weird tech that happens to work.
Yeah, you gotta experiment to find out what's gonna work and what's not. So she's just a min-maxer who used shield and magic or mirror image. What a noob.
Well, it's probably just as a necklace, to be honest.
She has the shield spell,
Really?
and she has Mirror Image. She cast Guardian of Faith, which is just Shield of Faith. It's just a weird version of that. There's a bunch of stuff here that's going on. And you moved up. How high are you still?
I'm level with her, so however high up she is.
Okay, so you'd be 30 feet up.
Unless she's moved down to a point where I'd be in range, I would specifically be outside of the range of that big guy.
So she's 30 feet up.
Okay.
He has 10-foot reach, and he's basically occupying a 10-foot square. It's 5, 10, 15, 20. I think you're fine.
Okay.
That'll bring us at the end of the round to Oran. There is
Hey, that's me.
2 targets for you to attack, both within a 5-foot step. For ease of noting, Kieran is technically in the air, so I'll move him
Oh,
kind of to
okay.
the side.
I was like, there is?
So
Yeah,
you can
okay.
move into either of those spaces.
He's also
just fine.
such a tiny man. You could just stand in the space.
Stand right under. Yeah.
Yeah.
5-foot step. Attack the master man.
All right. Ha ha ha!
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we got the double natural ones, which will both miss, but the 38 will hit. 19 points of damage.
This is ridiculous. How do you get double nat 20s followed by in your next round of combat double nat 1s? Ugh. Whatever.
I don't know, but somehow you managed it.
Jessup, scream at him.
All right. That brings us to the top of round 6. We're back to Orange, who is going to go after you. He's not going to power attack, and he's not going to vital strike, because, again, that first to hit technically has a good chance of hitting. I just have to not roll a 1.
And I didn't fight defensively, so
I should have power attacked, because I rolled a natural 20 that time.
There you go.
To confirm, I don't think so, because it's exactly 30 to confirm.
No, I won't confirm, but it will do damage.
Okay, so that normal hit, not power attack, you only take 13 points of damage. This time, the second attack is a natural 1, so that'll
It's
miss.
just you're not having a day, Jace. I'm so sorry,
It's-
my man.
We're all over the place right now.
We really are.
That brings us to Jessup.
Jace?
If I 5-foot step here, I'm out of range from this guy, right? With reach?
No, because his 10-foot reach is a full
But you'd have
square
cover,
around him.
right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have cover?
He would have cover if the guy wasn't like 16 feet tall.
Yeah, we've had this debate before. Because he's tall, he can reach around, is what we say.
So basically,
Oh, that's right,
since
that's
you
right.
guys are able to shoot over each other to hit him without cover, he can hit you without cover. It goes both ways.
I remember now. Yep.
So if I try to move using acrobatics and I fail, it doesn't provoke. I just don't move from that square.
No, if you try to move without provoking and you fail, it will still provoke. It's if you try to go through somebody's square and fail, your movement fails. But if you're just trying to move out of range, you can do that with acrobatics. But if you don't roll high enough, they still get the attack of opportunity.
Gotcha. So I'm all over the place with my knowledge of the Pathfinder rule set, aren't I?
It's pretty complicated.
At least you don't get accused of cheating.
Since you're not going through his square, it would just be a check against his regular CMD. It wouldn't be increased. But it's up to you.
Do I risk it for the biscuits?
I mean, you've got displacement.
I do.
What's the worst that could happen?
I'm gonna do it. Why not?
It's so unlikely that it would critical you and get through displacement.
Why not? Jessup will attempt to roll acrobatics to move away.
All right. Roll your acrobatics check against its CMD.
28!
That's pretty solid.
28. Its CMD is 25.
Ooh,
Nice.
boy. Good thing I got dance. So he starts diving through the air, wiggles like a worm, the Hursk, over behind Gideon.
All right.
So that was move action, and he will standard action cast a spell. He's going to cast Cure Serious on himself.
All right. Healing yourself for 26.
Yes.
All right. And that is your turn?
Yep, and performance is still lingering, so.
Okay. Blue doesn't really have any way of getting to you now. You really ticked him off, but he's not gonna get himself killed just to chase you down. So he's gonna 5-foot step back and do some attacks against Oran. He'll do both attacks. No vital strike, no power attack.
Yeah.
First attack, say 34 to hit.
Yeah.
The second attack is a 26, which will miss.
Correct.
But you take... So Gideon will take half of this. So he'll take 17 damage. So Gideon will take 8, and Oran will take 9.
Dang.
And that is Blue's turn. That brings us to Revolda.
It's like the only damage that Gideon takes is Oran's damage.
This is true. It's not the only damage. I do get hit sometimes, but it's most.
It's rare. It's rare.
She's gonna cast. She's gonna use the rest of her Phrenic pool points and increase the DC. And I need a save from all three of you, not Kieran, because he's 30 feet up.
What kind of save? Will?
It is a compulsion mind affecting spell.
So a will save?
Will save, yes. Sorry.
I will save. That's right.
25.
All right. Yeah.
28.
29.
All of you pass.
I'm sorry, Jason. Someday you'll kill us.
It's just the DCs are fairly low.
Even with boosting them?
Yeah, even giving a +2 to the DC, it's only a 19.
A larger question, but I've always felt that the DC for some of the save or suck spells are... I understand why they are low and it's hard to boost the DC by level, but I never thought that they scaled right.
Yeah. She will then move, dropping down to about 15 feet off the ground behind her ally. And that'll bring us to Gideon.
He'll go ahead and do another round of Divine Touch. Heal himself up a little bit. Look at... Oh, nice. Look at that. 12 hit points right back to me. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then he'll just full round attack. See what happens.
Against Orange. All right. So the 29 will hit, and the 19 is actually enough to put him down on the first attack.
Okay.
Because he had 6 hit points.
DR goes up again. And Deadly Juggernaut increases again.
I love that you're like, the DR goes up again, but that doesn't help the shield other damage.
No. It's just if I ever got hit by other things, then it wouldn't hurt me. Like this guy, like maybe he'll hit me as I move there.
Oh my. That's provocative.
What is?
Your movement. He will take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, well, let him be.
As you provoke him. I did not power attack Oran, so he does not have power attack on this.
Correct.
Okay.
So you might hit me. It's possible. I know what I did.
But I rolled a 5, so no.
Okay.
So you do move up there just fine. And that's your turn?
Yep.
All right, that brings us to Kieran. She has your target that you were kind of chasing after. She's dropped down a little bit into range of her ally.
Okay. I can't remember if I've tried to do a lightning bolt at her. Let me see. I think since I have my claws out, I can probably do my breath weapon spell-like ability instead. She's within a 60-foot line, so I will do that instead. That'll still be a reflex save.
Against the images.
It's a DC 20.
So this is supernatural, not spell-like.
Sure. It's just under
well, 'cause
spell-like and
she's-
roll 20. Let me just say. Hold on.
She has a bonus against spell-like and spells.
Oh, okay, hold on.
But if it's supernatural, then she doesn't get that. I'll roll it, see if it matters.
I'm trying to type in the Draconic Bloodline, and my fingers just kept typing Dragon Disciple. Breath weapon is supernatural.
Okay, so she does not get the +2, so that will be a fail. Don't think there's anything she can do to boost it.
So that'll be 48 points of electricity damage.
12d6, so that one goes off of your level, not your caster level?
Yeah. This breath weapon deals 1d6 points of damage of your energy type per sorcerer level. And then I'm pretty sure that Dragon Disciple
Yes.
says that my Dragon Disciple level is equal to my
Yes.
sorcerer level for my bloodline powers. So it is 12d6.
All right. So she takes all of that damage, but she is still up.
I think I might move, and I will risk provoking from Blue and from her, I guess, yeah. I'm going to try to move that way.
Oh my.
So blue, did it use its attack on me this round, or did we go to a new round?
Blue did expend his attack of opportunity and does not have combat reflexes. He has mounted combat? What?
I love it.
Interesting.
I love it, man.
Well, anyway, I will move down 5 feet as I'm going. So I think she's 15 feet. I was 30, so I must be 25 feet in the air now, I think, if I move down as I was moving over.
Okay. And you said that it does provoke from her?
No, it doesn't. I thought I was getting in melee with her, but she's lower than I am, so.
All right. Then that'll take us to the bottom of the round. We have Oran
Hey, that's
starting
me.
to wrap things up here.
5 foot step,
But can he get double crits?
maybe.
It's possible.
No. They will both hit. All those will hit. Just none of them are crits. So 18 plus 23 is 41 plus 16 is 57.
Oh wait, was Inspire Courage supposed to be off?
No, it's still lingering this round.
Oh, okay.
So 57 damage. He had 44 hit points left, so he goes down.
Nice.
Cool.
That brings us to the top of round 7. Jessup is going first because all of the other guys are dead.
Jessup will restart Inspire Courage and give himself Arcane Strike. And he will fire into melee at, what's her name?
You really want to attack that?
Vervalda.
I certainly do.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't need to know the name of the deceased. Let's go.
All right.
Revolda, more like dead
Ah,
Volda.
30.
Nice! Murder her!
Oh, so you get one because you did the...
I move action, started my
Right.
performance again. And fire into melee is included.
Okay, so with that, a 30 might hit. I need a D4 for the images. A 1 will hit her.
Come on, buddy. Do it. Give in to your hate.
All right, so
Ah.
you got rid of an image. You got rid of an
Hey,
image.
you know, that's at least what I didn't think I was going to do a lot of damage, but I figured, let me just at least take an image.
Way to hate that image. He really did.
Hey guys, I got her! Oh, one of her!
Oh, I think I know what Gideon's gonna do.
Bone shaker!
Bone shaker!
Bone shaker.
We all know what Gideon's gonna do.
She is going to... It's her turn now. She's going to 5-foot step over here and cast defensively.
She doesn't have to. I'm higher in the air.
Then she's just going to cast normally.
Okay.
You're a coward.
On
Coward.
this intersection, she's just going to keep... She's going to hope somebody rolls a natural 1 on confusion sooner or later, so...
Am I in that one now?
Oh, no. It's
No.
15-foot radius from this
Oh,
intersection, so it hits the 3 of them fine, but you're way
A
out of it.
30.
Yeah, you're fine. She didn't increase the DC, so you basically have to roll a natural
A
1.
32.
Okay.
23?
Because none of you rolled a natural 1, pretty much, you're all good again. She quicken casts it a second time this round.
Yeah, wait, did she give up 2 cantrips too?
Yeah, she gives up 2 cantrips. So that'll be her turn.
I don't know. I've never played a psychic. I almost just rolled it again. I was like, oh, quickened it twice. That's fun.
That's neat.
That's cool.
That'll bring us to Gideon's turn. She is 15 feet in the air over the lake.
Yeah. I wonder what I'm gonna do.
Bone shaker!
Yeah, it's gonna be bone.
I mean, you play your character, I'm just saying.
Unfortunately, psychics are famous for not having
Having
bones.
bones. They have no bones.
No, I was thinking about a spiritual weapon and getting rid of some of the images, but direct damage is just better, so we're gonna bone shaker.
All right, so that is a fortitude save?
Yep.
And it is a spell, so she'll get a sweet... Oh, gosh. So her bonus is the DC, so
Yeah, so she'll pass.
Oh, so she'll pass.
that is a 30 fortitude save.
33 divided by... So she takes 16 points of damage.
16. All right, she's still up. Would you like to move?
I'd like to have better spells.
You're talking about spell selection here?
Yeah.
She has a spell called Quintessence. I haven't even read what it does. It doesn't look like it does anything interesting. Entropic Shield, what does that do?
Yeah, that's gonna be it for me. He's gonna move so that maybe they won't be near each other.
All right, so you move over there around the lake. that'll bring us to Kieran.
All right, Kieran will fly down to be in melee with her and will do a bite attack.
All right.
So I have Inspire Courage, which is still on, and Shared Wrath is against her.
Yep.
And you still have Destruction, and I'm within 30 feet.
Yep.
Okay. So bite is a 29.
Okay, that might hit. Roll a d3 for the images.
1.
A 1 will hit here.
All right,
It
so
doesn't
the
have any
damage...
other displacement effects because she hasn't bothered to cast Blink, so that will just hit.
Okay, so damage is 22 regular damage and 13 electricity damage.
She had 20 hit points. As you bite into her, you see the life kind of drain out of her body, and as you pull back, she descends into
Oh, no.
the lake.
No, I want to grab her. No.
Never to be seen
Can I
again.
immediate action cast Featherfall?
Her loot is
No.
gone forever.
Stop it! Stop it! You lie! I don't play games except for the loot. You will not take this from me.
And with that, we drop out of initiative as you have put down this slaver expedition.
I do love the Kieran. The idea of Kieran biting viciously into the corpse of another humanoid. I don't know why, but that just it's funny to me because he's normally so like not, cannibal.
Oh, there will come a day where I am sure we will have an RP session where basically we're just asking Kieran what different types of people taste like.
Did you have a preference? So like, are you more
doesn't eat
human
them.
or drag? Well, he kind of does.
You still taste them.
I mean, I think all you would taste is just blood. You're not like ripping and chewing and swallowing the muscle.
You don't taste by swallowing, you taste with your tongue.
Right, but I'm saying he's not biting off like chunks necessarily to taste. It would probably just taste like blood.
Really, it tastes more by smelling.
He probably smells the blood for sure. Do you think he likes the blood?
I think when he grows his claws, I think a feral part of his mind takes over, and he probably in that moment does
Yep,
enjoy
reptile
it
brain.
a bit.
Yeah, reptile brain.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
Mm-hmm. So what loot did we get? Loot. Yeah.
So I typed those are all the items that the 4 captains would have.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had, maybe I can just copy and paste it.
+1 full plate. It's pretty cool. I do like me a +1 full plate armor, seeing as how I wear that all the time.
That's the dagger that she threw.
Oh, is that still stuck in Jessup?
I don't know if it's stuck at you, but
Jessup's just like, I feel like I have an additional spell slot for some reason.
It was the second hold person is in my back.
I don't know. We better give those cloaks of resistance to Jessup so he can give them away again.
Still salty. I love it.
I'm just trying to get a reaction out of Brandon. I'm a terrible friend.
Well,
Hashtag acquaintance.
Hashtag acquaintance. He tells me that all the time. Curiously, we don't have any amulets of natural armor in the inventory.
Jessup probably bartered those off away too.
Probably.
as you guys are going around checking all of the bodies, making sure that they are in fact dead, you're probably going over to their camp and looking around, seeing if there's anything interesting there. You also find in the camp there is a lockbox, and Rovalda actually does have a key to it. Opening up the lockbox. By the way, the lockbox is bolted onto the beetle, the chapel beetle's carapace here. You find 310 platinum, 1,138 gold, and so you find that money, as well as several papers that those of you who can read Undercommon identify as being ownership papers for Trox slaves.
I thought you were going to stop with those of you who can read, excluding Gideon.
Yeah, because everybody knows he's illiterate.
Yep.
That
That's
sounds
canon.
right. Accurate.
I have a question about this spell storing item.
All right.
So, does it have a spell in it? It discharged? How does
She
that work?
already, yeah, it had a spell in it, but when she used telekinesis to attack Jessup, it discharged.
So, we can put another spell in there?
Yeah, I believe so. A spell storing weapon. You can store a single targeted spell of up to 3rd level. Anytime it strikes a creature and the creature takes damage, you can immediately cast the spell as a free action. Once the spell has been cast from the weapon, you can cast any other targeted spell up to 3rd level into it.
Does that mean that you could put, like, Cure Serious Wounds in there?
Probably.
And then
And
attack the
and
person
then,
with the dagger.
and then just punch him with the
I mean,
punching
you-
dagger?
Could. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't just cast the spell on them.
Yeah, I know. I was just curious if you could do it.
Because if you're able to get to a point where you could attack them, then you could just cast the spell.
Yeah, but then I can punch him with the... Yeah, I was just
Do you want like a punching healing dagger?
well, I guess I don't know. I was just curious if you could do it. You could throw it. Yeah, you could throw the dagger and then range heal.
Sure. Because you don't have any ranged healing options.
No, I was just curious if it was possible.
It's
That was all.
possible. I just don't know if that's the first exploit that I would come to.
Jump to.
just curious. Just theory crafting over here. I'm sorry. You go on with your
Yeah,
description
yeah.
about the slaves.
Most people use vampiric touch, but yeah, like I said, you do find ownership papers for half a dozen Trox slaves.
Probably burn those.
Are there any Trox roaming about?
You see the corpse of a Trox over here. As you're searching the area, looking around, you don't see any life in the area other than like the fish in the water and whatnot.
They're
But
kind of cool looking. I like all the arms.
yeah, they're very, very interesting creatures. They've got like 4 appendages that come out of their abdomen, and then they've got 2 massive arms like normal.
So it's kind of like a Glabrazoo in that regard.
Yeah, it's not too far off. They're very insectile, so
Yeah.
they're pretty neat.
Did we know what languages they speak?
You can roll. You already rolled a check on them, I think. I think we already rolled a check to identify them. So, what would you all like to do now?
So I suppose that the way we've got to go is down that corridor.
Yeah, I suppose that's the case.
Probably the case. I think that went quite well. Droskar, what can you expect from these people? They were slavers, after all.
I also really don't like the idea of sleeping down here. It wasn't quite as bad when we had that other guy with us, because he kind of knew where we were going, but now it's just kind of dark and creepy.
I think all the land down here is dark and creepy.
Yeah, how did you do that by yourself for so long, Oran?
It actually wasn't that long before I ran into Navi. I ran into her fairly early on, so I wasn't alone for a great portion of my trip.
Well, that's lucky, because I feel like at your level, a PC probably would have died down here up by themselves.
I think she was following me. Honestly, I think she saw me go into the Darklands because I went into the Darklands at the same place that she came out. So I think she kind of knew what was going on. So I didn't spend too much time alone.
So I don't mean to pry about that at all, but what caused you to leave?
Well, I mean, all these Droskar that are down here. A lot of them worship Droskar. And we had a worshiper. I don't know if you know Kining. Kining, do you know Kining?
Yes, no, I've had some dealings with Kining, not a lot. But I know her.
Vile woman. Anyway, I had a misunderstanding with her, and felt it was time to take my leave. It was a very stressful time. We had just escaped Phaendar, and we were being harassed by the Legion left and right, and so many things had gone terribly wrong, and I think I was just a bit stressed and wanted an out, which is probably not right. I probably should have sucked it up and stayed, but I wanted an out, so I left, and I've missed my home for quite some time, so I thought having access to the Darklands. I know that through the Darklands you can get to Kragadon. I didn't know quite how, but I knew you could. I saw that as an opportunity and I took it.
Fair enough, fair enough. You and I must have just missed each other, though. I don't remember seeing you when I showed up at the cave, so you must have been gone by that point.
In Mistholm? Yeah, no, I must have just missed you. I had left because I had an argument with Nyari and was not in a great headspace, so I decided to leave, and you must have come along not long after that, I imagine.
Right, yeah. Well, speaking of that, kind of direct to everybody else, you know, I've got a way to get us back there if we need to go. Quickly.
Back to Mistholm?
Yeah, or, or Long Shadow, or Fort Trevally. If you ever want to make a stop back there, just let me know.
What do you mean, Kieran? How can you do this?
You know, the funny thing about sorcerers is that when we level up, we just magically gain new abilities, and, well, I now can teleport. So if we want to get back there, I'm pretty familiar with those areas. Right, it's kind of like when I used the dimension door, only this time I can go a lot further. It's not guaranteed, though. If I'm not very careful, bad things can happen, but if I'm familiar with an area, then the chances are more likely that we'll get there safely.
Huh, that's a handy trick.
Right, I thought it would come in handy, especially down here. If we get to Kragadon, and the way to Kragadon is still shut, although I have a feeling they probably have it barred so people can't just poof in and out. I didn't think about that before, but that's probably why people haven't just been able to poof in right now. They've probably got wards up or whatnot, but if we get in a pickle and we need to get back to a place of civilization, I can do that now. Just got to make sure that we're all in touching distance.
If we had left the Darklands, would you be able to get us back here?
No, I think so. I haven't actually tried this before, but I think so. I don't personally see any need to do it right now unless one of you needs to, but I just wanted to put it out there that it's a possibility. If you ever wanted to check in on your friend Kinding there, and he'll kind of give you a side smile, Oran.
Oran will just groan. Ugh, she's the worst.
I mean, she's not my type, but I guess I didn't really have any problems with her. We didn't really interact much, but I think she had some conversations with Aiden.
In retrospect, I was probably a bit harsh on her. I mean, it's not like she's a Droskar. She's a dwarf. She just misguided.
And it's possible that she was just raised a certain way and is just living according to her, how she was raised.
It's very possible.
Can I roll religion? Droskar is not one of the inner sea ones. He's one of the dwarven pantheon, right? Like a little... Not everybody would know this person.
Yeah, Droskar is a dwarven god, yes. He's in the dwarven pantheon.
So I'm not going to take it for a fact that Gideon knows much about him, but can I roll some religion?
Sure.
29.
29 is probably more than enough to have some, at least, like, cursory understanding of Droskar.
So the long and short of it, he's a real bad dude for the most part. Yeah. But there are domains of his that are not bad.
Like, he's not good. He's neutral evil.
Right.
I think he could, like, there are other deities that are more evil than him by far, but still definitely pretty solid in the evil camp.
Well, there's also, like, the whole fact that Gorum is neutral, like, chaotic neutral has always been interesting to me, because he seems to kind of be a war no matter what kind of guy, which to me is somewhat evil, but whatever.
War is morally amoral.
Yeah. Achieve goals at any cost, continually improve your abilities, and establish dominance. Work ceaselessly. So those aren't terrible.
They're simply warped, pretty much.
Yeah.
Droskar, I see very often Droskar as being Torag, but warped in an evil way.
Yeah,
but
nearly obsessive.
A lot of his tenets are similar, just in a excessive light, usually.
Yeah, like he's not that far from, I would say, like Abadar, but just like he's cool with bad stuff to achieve those goals. Like Abadar is all about like acquisition of wealth and stuff like that. Well, I mean, so's Droskar. is cool with doing it a different way.
Well, isn't Abadar okay with slavery?
I think if Sarenrae followers at one point are okay with slavery, then I think Abadar followers probably could be.
I think it's here are his edicts. Civilized frontiers earn wealth through work and trade, obey laws. So it probably would matter what the laws were.
Yeah, so it seems to be the general consensus that if slavery is legal in a particular area, Abadar would probably be fine with it. If it is illegal, not so much.
Yeah, this says as long as there's well-defined boundaries and that it contributes to the economy.
So he'd probably be okay with something like
he'd be okay with Malthoon. Yes.
Yeah, Malthoon's slavery system.
He probably would be okay with Duragar as well because it's pretty legal for them. He probably would not be okay with like any slavery going on in like the shackles or whatnot.
Right. I would say as soon as you guys are finished healing up, we can press on.
Venture forth!
Follow the yellow brick road on this map.
Did we actually burn those contracts?
You had them. I'm assuming you would do something with them.
Why you assume Jessup has them?
Because you're the only one who can read them.
That's not true. Oran could read them, and I was very serious that he was going to burn them.
I mean, Kieran would probably question, what are you doing with those papers? What do they say?
Well, you don't worry about it.
Do you tell him don't worry about it?
Is that what Oran says?
No, Oran would probably be truthful. He'd probably be like, these are actually the papers denoting that they actually own the creatures that they wanted us to hunt. I don't really see a point in us keeping them. If anything, I'd prefer to burn them so no one else can, claim those creatures. I mean, they're clearly sentient beings, and slavery is wrong.
Well, if you don't mind my opinion here,
we do mind, Jessup. Shut up.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
What do you want to trade? Do you want to trade them for safe passage, Jessup? Is that what you want?
Oh no. I'm just kidding. It didn't actually happen.
In an alternate campaign.
Jessup's like looks at Kieran like, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to be teleported home now. I don't want to do this anymore. Jessup would. Yes, actually, I was thinking we could use them for safe passage.
I don't really feel comfortable with that. I mean, we're basically condemning these creatures to remain in slavery if we did that.
No. I'm not talking about giving them to the Duskar. I say if we encounter those creatures themselves, as a sign of good faith, we can give them their own slavery papers back for them to do what they want, to show that they're no longer owned and we took care of their captives.
That's actually pretty reasonable, I think. We'll hold on to them, and if we run into them, we'll do that. If not, we burn them later. Is that fair?
I say if we don't find them at all and we get out of here to Kragadan, then there's nothing we really need them for.
Agreed. Are we all on board with that?
Sure, I can hold on to them for you if you'd like.
No. I'm fine. If they don't weigh very much, I'll take care of it. It's fine. It's fine.
It would be a good show of faith if we ran into them.
Absolutely.
I love that. Shut up, Jessup.
Shut up, Jessup.
Actually, there's no way I would listen to you. Absolutely. Oh, I see what you're saying, though. Actually, that could come in handy. Yeah, you're right, Jessup. You were right from the beginning. This is the backpedaling. Good Lord.
Are you saying right as in this conversation or just in general?
No, this conversation only.
Oh,
Jessup.
okay.
Don't win more battles than you think.
Okay. So you guys are making your way into...
So I guess Jessup would ask Oran, what language did they speak? Or do you we don't know, technically, right?
Technically, you don't know. The papers are written in Undercommon.
Okay, yeah, so Jessup can read that. Okay. Jessup would, and I was going to do this anyways, because I don't know what languages they do speak, I was at least going to cast Comprehend Language on myself. It's the event we run into them in the next 2 hours.
Okay.
He could at least understand. He can't speak it, but...
All right. And then you all go into the side tunnel that, following your map, it is a little bit tricky to figure out what's what, but if any of you have, I would say this would probably be reading a map, would that be survival or knowledge geography?
Nobility, I think.
Clearly nobility.
I think geography or survivability, both are good.
Survivability, that's now a skill. How good are you at surviving?
I'm leaning towards survival would be making your way through the area, but I think if you're reading a map, it's probably geography.
All right, can we go with knowledge like Arcana then?
What?
No.
What? For a map? What?
Okay.
Is it a magical map?
That I can't contribute to this.
Whoever, if anybody has knowledge geography, you can roll that to see how well you're able to read this map and how long it takes you to traverse these fairly uncharted tunnels. Because at this point, the path becomes very confusing, and this is just a determiner of how long it takes you to get to your destination.
Well, we've already gone over the fact that Kieran looks at the maps upside down, so he's out.
Oran is also out.
Gideon also out.
Oh, well. What do you need?
Man, it's a good thing we got a bard in this party.
Huh. Oh,
Like a skill monkey.
yeah. Let's see. Is it just one roll or multiple rolls, Jason, for that?
I'm going to have it as just one roll, but you could take 10 if you want. It doesn't sound like anybody else could aid you.
Master it.
Okay.
For 20 for the day.
Okay. Lore Master is only a 20?
Well, it's 20 plus my modifier.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So that would put it to 30 even.
So with that, you are able to look at this map, and it's fairly rough, but it is detailed enough that you, as you're going down this tunnel, you are pretty confident that you know where you're going. You're not veering off into other side branching tunnels erroneously. And the next 30 miles, basically, of your journey between the Five-Eyed Matron and where you want to be in Kragadon is of untamed caverns and tunnels that connect to that connect the lower levels of Kragadon to the Long Walk, and they require much more splunking than walking. Narrow ledges, sheer cliffs, sudden drop-offs, switchbacks, tight passageways. All of this journey is a very treacherous trek through these tunnels. The closer that you get to Kragadon, the more and more of these tunnels transition into what you can only assume to be like lava tubes or gas vents. There's heat coming out of a lot of these cracks in the tunnel. Other features of these tunnels seem to imply some kind of volcanic network, probably one that helped shape the Mindspin Mountains to begin with. You continue traveling for... because you rolled a 30, it will take you 4 days going through these side tunnels. And during that time, you would encounter occasional creatures like Griggs or maybe a stray redcap or maybe a couple earth elementals here and there. A wide variety of different creatures, many of which you'd probably be able to chase off, some of which you would probably come to blows with, but none of them in these side tunnels would be quite as formidable as the ones that you encountered on the Long Walk. And in the morning of the 4th day in these tunnels, you eventually come to, on the map, what is marked as being pretty much directly below Kragadon. And I will move you over here. It is marked on the map as Kragadon's Furnace. And you can see at the bottom left of the map is the tunnel that you are in.
Oh, man. So we never ran into more, what would you call them? Trogs?
You did not encounter any Troxes.
Troxes.
And this is new day, right? So all of our spells and everything are back?
Yep, this is a couple days later. This is 4 days later, so you're all good to go. We're kind of glossing over any like mundane random encounters that you would have come across.
So Jason, what's the climate like down here? Is it like cold and muggy?
The opposite of cold. It is actually quite warm. It's not like unbearable, but being that you are like, as you progressed, you came more and more into like volcanic activity. Not a volcanic activity, but like you can feel heat basically emanating off of many of these tunnel walls. And It's probably very muggy and like
moist.
Probably pretty warm. You're not like having to roll checks against the heat, but I imagine it would be highly uncomfortable.
So, does it seem like we've been descending, or are we basically walking parallel?
You've been ascending.
Ascending. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
A slight slope, but a 30-mile slight incline.
That sounds miserable.
It's not great.
Yeah.
So I assume you guys are proceeding through the tunnel here. I'll kind of describe what you see as you get to this main chamber. Pretty much as you get to where Gideon is, you start to see all these things. Highly reflective crystals protrude from the cavernous walls of this spacious chamber. The interiors of some of the crystal formations glow with a white light that illuminates the entire area. Connecting the tunnels here, the stone tunnel, the tunnels in stone continue to the north, which you can see, and one that kind of branches off to the east and seems to maybe curl around, maybe switching back, going south or something. And the smaller passage going to the east seems to slope downwards a little bit. As you get to the middle of this chamber, you see that some of the crystals seem to vibrate, and I need a perception check from everybody.
It's a crystal golem.
It's a natural 19 for a 43.
Ooh, Kieran got a natural 18 for a 28.
All right.
Natural 9 for a 15.
Okay, so all of you recognize both of these creatures because their stealth is 0. Oh, but it's +10 in rocky environments. Which actually means only Gideon and Kieran notice these creatures. As the crystals begin to hum and vibrate slightly, you see...
Oh, Jason, are these the things you fight in Wrath of the Righteous?
Maybe.
Oh, that's not good.
You see these. I'll blow them up here for you.
Oh, no.
Is that a crystal ooze?
Look at that thing.
Did you say a crystal goose?
Yes, crystal goose.
I think he said ooze.
Oh, that would make more sense.
Jessup didn't see anything. Oh, is that a crystal goose up there?
It's so pretty.
And with that, I need an initiative check from all of you. There will be a surprise round.
Ooh, 24.
24 for Kieran.
See what single
16
digit
for
Gideon
Jessup.
rolls.
Hey. It's possible that he gets
Or with an 8.
The lowest.
6.
Gideon with a 6.
Best perception, lowest reaction speed.
So, Gideon, your initiative modifier is higher than -5, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you'll go before.
Oh,
before
no.
this guy.
That's so bad.
Alrighty then. So, in the surprise round, first up is Kieran. You see these creatures, one on either side, it seems like moving crystal masses that are beginning to sludge off the walls towards you.
Oh boy. This is one of those situations where the spell Shatter is actually pretty useful, but I don't have it. So I will instead cast my mirror image just to prepare to get hit a few times. So I will roll maximum of 7 images.
All right.
And then I'm just going to stay where I'm at for right now.
Okay. That brings us to Gideon, who just barely beat one of these creatures on initiative somehow.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Bark Skin.
All right. Casts Bark Skin. That brings us to the creatures in the surprise round. So this one is going to move towards you, and that's where it gets. And the other one is gonna 5-foot step and attack Kieran. I think, yeah, because it only has a standard action. So that is a 20 to hit.
That's going to miss, but it comes within 5, so an image will go away.
That's all I wanted. That brings us to the top of round 1 in actual initiative. And Kieran, you are a living creature starting your turn within 60 feet of either of these creatures. So I will need I'll need 2 fortitude saves as you hear a subsonic hum just naturally emitted from both of these creatures.
Oh, yes, I do remember this from the Wrath of the Righteous game. So first fortitude is a 17.
All right.
Second fortitude is a 27.
Okay, the 27 passes, the 17 fails. You fall victim to the, I guess this would be Blue's, subsonic hum.
Is it stunned?
Yeah, so starting your turn, you failed the fortitude save, so you are stunned for 1 round.
Yeah, it's not good. It's really not good, so...
A creature that successfully saves cannot be affected by the same crystals for 24 hours. So against red, you're immune, but blue, you will have to continue making checks against every round until you succeed.
Okay, cool. Cool.
So you are stunned for this round, so I guess we'll just skip your turn. That brings us to Jessup. I need 2 fortitude saves from you, Jessup.
I hope you pass, but also interesting combats when you fail.
I'd love for all of you to be stunned, and then I just coup de grace. Nah, I wouldn't coup de grace, but still, it'd be funny.
I think in these situations, surely from game design perspective, they're hoping that half the party gets affected, right? Don't you think that's probably about right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it?
2 fortitude saves against their subsonic hum that is just beginning to rattle your brain.
So I should get...
This is a sonic mind affecting effect.
So I get my +4 versed bonus.
Yep. You get your sonic bonus.
Next 28. We did good on the first. Not great on the second.
Yeah, so you're immune to one of them, but you do fail against the second one with your 16.
Amazing.
So we will skip over Jessup, who is stunned for 1 round.
Jessup.
Brings us to Oran. Oran, I need 2 fortitude saves because you are within 60 feet of both of these creatures at the start of your turn.
You got it.
I wonder if I can get all of you.
That'd be really cool.
So we have no buffs.
Nothing. This is not a spell. It is just sonic mind affecting. The 29 will succeed, but the 17 will fail.
Jeez.
Oran is stunned for 1 round.
Oh my god.
We're dropping like flies.
That brings us to Gideon. I need 2 fortitude saves from you, Gideon.
This is ridiculous.
Oh no.
Both of those will fail.
No.
21 and 19. So just so everybody knows, let's cover the stunned condition, because I know we're all thrilled. We all love it when stunned happens. So a stunned creature drops everything held, can't take actions, takes a -2 penalty to AC, and loses its dexterity bonus to AC, if any. Attackers receive a +4 bonus on attack rolls to perform combat maneuvers against a stunned opponent. So you all drop your weapons and your shields.
Well, to be fair, they wouldn't have been out yet, but yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. So if you don't normally carry your weapon with you when you travel, then I guess you're fine.
I do, so I'd drop it. Oran would have his weapon out for me.
I imagine your shields you probably have out normally.
The shields for sure, yeah.
So I'll leave it up to you to decide what you think you'd carry just as you're going along, just in case something happens. But whatever you're carrying, you drop. And for this round, as we've already covered, you can't take an action, so we skipped your turns. -2 to AC, and you lose your dexterity bonus if you have one. That brings us to the creatures. So I don't think they have an intelligence, right? No, they don't have an intelligence. And their wisdom and charisma are both 1. And their dex is 1. So red is just going to attack the closest creature, which is Kieran. The mirror images will still persist.
They're all just stunned.
You're probably fine. That's a 25 to hit, which is probably going to hit your stunned AC, but...
Yes, it definitely does.
Roll a D7?
6. Oh, no, you're right,
6.
7. You're
7.
Okay.
Okay, so 2, so another image.
Okay.
And they only have the 1 attack, so you're good.
Okay.
They'll then bring us to Blue. Blue's just going to walk up and attack the nearest target, which is Gideon. I don't know if he'll be able to hit. Even the stunned AC. I don't know if it's going to be all that low. Oh, snap. But okay. That's a 37 to hit.
Yeah. That saves me trying to figure out if he would have his shield strapped or not. So, yeah, he's hit for sure.
And because of this creature's awesome little ability, the Razor Sharp Extraordinary ability, its slam attacks deal devastating, piercing, and slashing damage and threatens a critical hit on an 18, 19, or 20. So that is a critical threat.
Okay.
To confirm, that's a 29. You might need to check your AC with that one. I don't know.
Yeah, so my AC with the shield would be 31, and without would go down 5 to 26.
All right. Then that is a colossal amount of damage. You take 77 points of damage from this critical hit. I just want to point out, if we were playing massive damage rules,
I need to roll a fortitude save.
you would basically die. But
Roll it to see. Roll it to see.
well, I don't think you can pass the save, because isn't it like modified by the damage you take?
Minus 50, I think it is.
Okay, that's still ridiculous though.
let me check for massive damage. That deals 50 or more damage. It doesn't kill you out. You must make a DC 15 fortitude save. If this saving throw fails, you die regardless of your current hit points.
Oh, it's just a flat.
It's just a flat 15.
Shh, you're fine.
Yeah, let's just roll it. See what happens.
We're not actually using it, but you'd be fine. But still, 77 points of damage on a critical hit. I saw the base number of dice, and I was like, all of these would be doubled. So a colossal hit from this creature. And actually that was blue, so that brings us to the top of the next round. Kieran, we come back to you. You are no longer stunned, but because you failed against one of them, I do need another fortitude save.
Okay. So stunned temporarily comes off. And then fortitude save is a natural 20 for a 31.
Okay. You have successfully saved against both of them, so you're good to go for the rest of the day.
Does that use an action at all to do that?
No, it just says here that an active creature gives off a supernatural subsonic vibration. Any living creature starting its turn in the aura must succeed at a save or be stunned.
Okay.
So
I
I
see.
don't think it's an action.
Okay.
So you are good to go.
Well, being the only person that has no healing abilities, I can't do anything for Gideon. So I will just use
You
my...
you look around and you see your companions all appear to be keeled over. They've dropped everything. They're out of it. And you see that Gideon has just taken a frighteningly devastating blow that just pierced right through his armor.
Okay. Well, as much as I want to use the Rod of Wonder, because that would be cool, I don't think now is the appropriate time to use that.
I forgot we had that.
Every time is the appropriate time for the Wand of Wonder.
So I will instead grow my claws, and I will do a... I think I can do my full attack, bite, claw, because it's a free action to grow those.
Yeah, should be.
Okay. Well, you're about to see Kieran fully unbuffed. Let's go. So bite attack is a 14. That is a natural 2, so that is exceedingly low.
That
And then
will miss.
Claw number 1 is a 27.
That will hit.
Okay, so that does 11 points of regular damage and 4 electricity.
Okay, it appears that the electricity just glances right off this crystal creature.
That is good to know.
And the claw damage appears to do almost nothing.
Interesting.
TR10.
My second claw attack is an 18. I probably
18 will hit.
Oh, it does hit? Okay.
Yep, they're higher AC than
Wow,
normal.
that's going to do 0 damage. So
Yes,
6
that does
damage, which if they have DR10 is going to be nothing, and then 4, which does nothing.
Does
So
not do any damage.
They're oozes at the end of the day, I think.
okay, I most likely don't have the knowledge to roll on these. The only one that could work is Arcana.
No, this is almost certainly Dungeoneering. Yes, Dungeoneering. Yep.
Okay, I will stay where I'm at right now, and that'll be my turn.
All right. That brings us to Jessup. So, Jessup, you failed...
I passed one, failed one.
You passed one, failed one, so you need one more fortitude save as you come out of your stupor, but you're still within one of these creatures' frequencies.
So Jessup will quickly get unparalyzed and shout out, "Okay, guys, I'm back." 22?
22 is the DC, exactly.
Ooh, thank you!
So your sonic bonus allowed you to just barely shove off the second one's vibrations, and you're good to go.
Jessup will start performance, so start Spy Carriage, and then Jessup will cast Displacement on Gideon using his cloak charge, one of his charges.
So move action beginning a performance, and standard action casting a spell.
And then Jessup will just kind of 5-foot shuffle a little away from them, but
Okay.
yep. And that's all I can do.
Okay.
Stupid question. I was just thinking about, you can't ready a free action, can you?
Readying isn't the action that you use. Like, readying is, I believe, a standard action. So since you used a standard action, I don't think you can this turn. But...
Okay.
All right, so Kieran and Jessup are both good to go for the rest of the combat against these creatures. Oran, you failed against one of them, so I need one more save. As you come out of your stupor, but again, the frequencies continue. A 28 will succeed, though, so you are now good to go against both of these creatures. You are unstunned, and you're looking around, and you can see the situation. What would you like to do?
Move action, pick up my things?
Yes, you can move action, pick up your dropped Warhammer, I assume.
Some quick rulings on that I looked up. Depending, if you have a heavy steel shield or something like that, it is strapped to you. I would say you still lose the AC because you're stunned and can't like raise it to block. But I don't think it would cost an action to pick up. Your weapons you would drop though for sure.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Light shields and bucklers, that stuff falls to the ground. So you would have, if you have like a buckler, you'd have to pick that back up.
Nope, I use a heavy shield. Am I able to 5-foot step and cast a spell?
Yes, so you did a move equivalent action of picking up a weapon, which is not a movement, so you can still 5-foot step, and then you still have a standard.
Okay, and then as my standard, I'll heal Gideon with a lovely... I imagine with that 30 miles, we stopped at some point, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, so we have all our spells back.
Like I said, it was a 4-day trip.
Yeah,
so you stopped
okay.
times.
All right. So he'll step up and he'll cast...
You can definitely do a Cure Light Wounds on him, no problem.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Cure light, absolutely. A cure critical wounds.
All right. Get him just enough where I can crit him one more time.
And he slapped his butt cheeks. Wow. For not real... Well, that's actually kind of average when you... No, it's still below average.
Slightly, yeah.
Slightly
I'm
below
not
average.
dead. I'll take it.
Yep. That'll be my turn.
Yeah, so there's some healing there. That brings us to Gideon. Gideon failed both of his saves, so he has to make both of his saves again.
Yep, and stun doesn't affect my fortitude, so...
Stun should not affect your fortitude. I don't think Inspire will affect these particular saves because they're not Fear or Charm. And I don't think any other buffs were cast, so...
Nope, and I don't have any special things against mind affecting, so... Wow.
A 20 will fail, but a 34 will succeed, so you're still stunned. But you're only stunned against one of them.
Yep.
So, progress.
And that's a full round action, right?
Well, it's a free action, but you're stunned, so you can't do anything on your turn, so...
Gotcha. It's not like paralyzed where...
Correct. Stunned is no actions. Paralyzed is mental actions you can still do.
Yeah.
That'll then bring us back to the creatures here, who are just going to continue going after the first target that they can. So one attack against Kieran. That's a critical threat with a 37.
Just barely.
To confirm is a 35 to confirm.
Yeah, just barely.
But images.
Yeah.
We're down to a 1d6. A 1 hits you, and it's a 6. So
thank
you're good.
goodness.
That would have been another awesome amount of damage, but your image got annihilated. Bringing us to Blue, who is going to attack Gideon. And I'll even roll this one in the chat. because if I crit again, I don't crit, but that is a 31 to hit.
That'll hit for sure.
So you only take its regular damage. Oh, you have displacement, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let me control X.
So
that.
1 to 50, I'm good.
Yeah, 1d100. No, not 1d1000. 1d100. And 1 to 50 is a miss. 37, so it is a miss.
Oh, that's true. Did Oran roll for displacement on the heal?
What?
Oh,
I forgot about that.
Because
That's
you have
true.
displacement, you
Technically.
have to roll.
You have to roll it.
Technically, yes. Oran, you would have to roll a d100 and a 4, so you don't heal.
But you
Get
don't lose
that
that
out of here.
spell.
He does not lose the spell. You're still technically holding the charge of that spell. However, if you do touch anything with that hand, it would discharge. So that is that was the crystal's turn. One thing, you were just hit, Gideon. No, you weren't. But the first one did hit you, and I forgot to do this. The 15th ability that this thing has. So this creature has an ability known as Entrap. When it hits a creature, it entraps them. The creature has the ability to restrict another creature's movement, usually with a physical attack, such as ice, mud, lava, or webs. In this case, it is using its crystalline structure. The target of the entrap attack must make a fortitude save or be entangled for the duration. So I would need actually another fortitude save from the previous attack, Gideon. Okay, so you're not. You're fine. That succeeds on the entrap, so we're all good. Top of round 4, we come to Kieran. You are good to go.
Kieran will... I guess he'll just full attack right now. Just a bite and
Sure.
2 claws again.
Yep, you do have the Inspire on now.
Actually, no, I take that back. I'm going to 5 foot step back. I'm going to experiment and see.
Okay.
I will do a Scorching Ray to see if fire damage. Since electricity's out, he'll try fire. So my first touch attack... Oh, those are not the attacks. Those are the damages. So the first touch attack is a 21 against touch, and the second is a 30 against touch.
Its touch is 5, so...
Oh, well then. I can miss on a natural 1. You always
the
miss on a
touch
natural
is,
1. So,
got a dex of
21
1.
and 30 both hit touch. So 16 fire in the first and 18 fire in the second.
All right, so both of those hit, but you can see that the fire seems to just fizzle away from the creature's crystalline structure.
So nothing on fire either. This is just nice.
If only you had knowledge engineering.
I know.
But you went with nobility, like a weirdo.
What idiot has dungeoneering and didn't roll on their turn?
Gideon.
Yeah. I think that's all I can do. So that's my turn.
All right, that brings us to Jessup, and I think you're good to go as well.
Oh yeah, hey, what the heck are these things?
Yep, that'll be a knowledge engineering check.
Yeah, it might help. If I'm being honest with you.
Shut up, Mr. Stunned. You know what? I'm just gonna low master this so I don't mess up. All right, that is I think it's a 30. Yes, it's a 30.
That will succeed, and it'll get you 2 pieces of information. These are carnivorous crystal oozes. The facets of this crystalline formation shift and vibrate as though in anticipation of enemies. You know that these creatures are native to the endless caverns of the plane of Earth. They normally live quiet existences, subsisting on minerals and leeching off of surrounding rock. They are neutral, medium oozes with the Earth and extraplanar subtypes, and you get 2 other pieces of information.
Can I figure out what schools of magic can affect those?
So it has nothing to do with schools of magic. They're not golems. So it's not like specific spells or specific schools of magic. I can give you like their defenses, so you could get like energy resistances or something like that if you were interested.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what to help Kieran, what magic might work.
So their general defenses, you know, they have DR. They're immune to cold. They're immune to electricity, and they have resistance fire 20. You know that they have ooze traits as well. So oozes in general are mindless, so they're immune to mind-affecting charms and stuff. They are blind, but they have blind sight, so they're immune to gaze attacks, visual effects, illusions, and whatnot. And then oozes are also immune to poison, sleep, paralysis, polymorph, stun. they're not subject to critical hits or flanking.
So how does it have to bypass images then if it doesn't have to see? I hate to be that guy.
It's an interesting question.
What'd you ask?
I said, well, how does displacement or mirror image make a difference then if they don't have to see?
Oh, they don't.
Yeah, it wouldn't. I had just looked up the ooze traits and I saw blind, skipped over the thing in parentheses to the immunities, and I just now read that it does have blind sight. So
it would have hit Gideon, and then Oran.
You can roll 2 attacks on me because you would have hit twice then.
No, that's fine. You
would have hit me once too.
I will move forward. I missed it. It does say in their senses it has blind sight 120 feet, and I just missed it, so that's on me. So I will continue forward with that knowledge. But yeah, that is their general defenses that you are aware of. You have one more question.
I don't want any more. I'm messing us up. Just give me its, what its DR is.
DR 10 everything.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. So I guess Jessup will relay that, and I think they might have been off the game here a little bit, but they're going to start smacking you more now, and yeah, they're not going to take a lot of damage from anything. Oh, Kieran, you're basically worthless.
Oh. Oh.
Jessup will cast haste. Yep.
Tact, Jessup.
Acid damage, sonic damage, force damage. I think those are the only ones.
That's it.
Is Kieran immune to burn damage? Yeah, Jessup will cast haste. Jessup will relay the info. Jessup will 5-foot step back, and he will maintain performance.
I am benefiting from haste. My AC does go up by 1.
Actually, no, it does not, because it's a dodge bonus, isn't it?
No, it's untyped.
It's a dodge bonus.
It is
it's dodge. It's dodge. The bonus to attack is untyped.
The bonus to attack is untyped. I know it's a dodge bonus, yeah. So once you're not stunned, you will benefit from it. So that is Jessup's turn. Well, you can move, I guess, because that was just a standard. All right.
I don't want to be too far away because I wanted to get haste.
That will then bring us to Oran. Oran, you are still technically holding the charge of the Cure Critical Wounds because you were not able to hit Gideon last turn.
Does it consume my standard action if I do try and hit?
Yeah, making the trying to touch is a standard action, yeah. But casting a different spell would lose you that spell because you're concentrating on holding the charge.
I probably should have dismissed displacement, my babe.
We'll try and hit him, I guess, with it. Come on! Dang it.
32 will miss again. You still have a move action.
Nope. I'll stay where I'm at.
That brings us to Gideon. Gideon, you succeeded against one of them last turn, so you only need to make one more successful fortitude save.
Okay.
And a 30 will succeed. So now all of you are immune to their subsonic hum for the next 24 hours.
Gideon, you get the dodge bonus.
You get the dodge bonus.
And that's my whole turn, though? Or is it a standard
No,
action?
that's just at the start of your turn. You just make the save to see if you're good or not. So you have your full turn.
Oh, okay.
So you can pick up your weapon and whatever you like to do. Or you said you don't have it, so you'd pull it out.
Yeah, I can pull it out. Because I went to
Drawing
cast.
a weapon does not provoke, so that you'd be fine.
Yeah, it'd be good. It's the same action equivalent, though. Let's, this is a bad spot.
It's not great.
Okay. So, we'll pick it up. Draw it out, I mean. And, move here. 5-foot step. And cast Army Across Time. Use that spell in a little while.
All right, so 5-foot step there. Standard action, Army Across Time. So you summon one duplicate per caster level. You can summon one duplicate per caster level before the spell ends. You can have up to one duplicate in existence at a time for every 3 caster levels. And is it like an action to...
No, with free action to make them come up, I think it is. As a free action, you can summon a duplicate.
1 per round or as many per round?
As many as I want. This, up to the limit. 1 for every 3. So I'm 12, so I can have 4 out right now. But it's rounds per level, and summoning extra ones reduces the rounds that it lasts. If I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've used the spell. A duplicate can use the aid another action once to assist you, but it cannot take any type of other action. You can assume only 1 duplicate for every 4 caster levels. So yeah, 4 of them come out, and we'll just put them all around him.
All right, that's your turn?
Mhm.
Okay, that'll bring us to the crystals. I'm going to roll to see if Red continues after Kieran or goes after one of the other guys that are now within a 5-foot step. So 1, 2, Kieran, 3, 4, Oran, 5, 6. 4 is Oran, I think I said. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so Oran. So it's going to step up and make an attack against Oran. That is a... Now I'm rolling way better this time than I was before.
Rolling rocks.
Yeah. It's not a crit, but it is a 34.
Oh, yeah.
So Oran takes 21 points of damage, and Gideon takes 21 points of damage because of Shield Other.
Oh, yikes.
That is their base damage.
Oh my goodness.
They get one attack, but it's their base damage. Also, because he hits you, I need you to roll a fortitude save against its entrapment as you begin to... you're covered in these crystals that try to lock you in place. 33, you're fine, though. You're able to break them off, and you are not entangled. Blue will... So it can't occupy the spaces that your allies are in, Josh?
No, I can.
Oh, it can.
Yeah, I think it can. They're just temporal ghosts, and I realized I didn't use them to aid another for me, so I'm just going to use them later, so they're technically not even there yet. They'll show up, and they'll aid for my next attack, so...
Okay. So yeah, he'll just step up and continue his attack. Your AC is now back to what it should be.
Yep.
That is a natural 19.
So that'll crit, potentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, no,
to
it's
confirm,
bad.
It's close. Your AC is better than what it was, but you're not super buffed, so a 33?
Nope, that doesn't hit.
I mean, you're
Just
still...
confirm. Yeah, I'm still probably dead.
This is probably going to kill you.
Martyr's Last Blessing will tick, though, so maybe.
So that's 50 points of damage.
Oh, well, it doesn't even matter, but might as well do it. So second wind. So I heal the max.
Yep. So you heal 20 from that immediately.
Yeah. And then I take the 50, and he's still dead.
Indeed.
Well, that's what I get for not remembering to do that.
You'd probably still be dead with that, though.
I think I'd be on the cusp, but I'd be not good.
Right.
Anyhow, as Martyr Last Blessing ticks off.
Yes, so you charge your buddy with healing energy, which erupts from you if you are dying or are killed before 1 hour per level. If you're brought below 0 hit points or killed, including effects that deal damage. The eruption of healing energy acts as mass cure light wounds on allies other than you. But I don't think anybody else... Oran did get hit for some damage. So Oran would heal 13 points of damage.
Nice.
And I'm checking a different spell to see if displacement is going to affect that one. Yeah, it will. Okay. This is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. That brings us to the top of the next round. And we go to Kieran.
Okay. Kieran will 5-foot step, and he is going to cast Dragon's Breath using a scale from Ibzaryak, which would be acid damage. So, Dragon's Breath is DC 18 reflex save.
Okay.
For...
All right, I'll roll a reflex save for these guys with their +0.
Oh, you could get a
He
natural...
rolled a 15 on the die, but still fails.
I was gonna say.
And rolled a 17 on the die, but still fails.
So they'll both take 38 acid damage.
All right, yeah. All of that will go through.
Oh, yeah, Kieran.
All right. Oh my gosh, instead of changing his hit points, I added his current hit points to the end of his total hit points, so he's now got 13,000 hit points.
We got this, guys.
So yeah, both of those take that full damage. Ouch. And is that your turn?
Yep, 5-foot step, standard action, good to go.
If only they had fast healing. That'd be too much. Jessup, that is your turn now.
So Jessup will maintain performance, so let me mark that.
Did Oran have to try and do a reflex save?
No, it was a line. Isn't it a line?
Yeah, so I could just cut over in front of Oran.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Did you hit Gideon?
I wanted to, but I didn't.
He's already dead. It doesn't matter. It'll be fine. He's already dead.
So, I kind of feel like he is not just downed, and unconscious. He is dead.
You saw him take a series of devastating hits. These things taking, and I can show you the image again, these taking their razor sharp appendages that are just spears and kind of like clubs of, or spears and I guess not clubs because they do slashing, and is it slashing and bludgeoning and slashing? So more like razor sharp swords and hammers that are just barreling and slashing right through his defenses, and you do see him go down hard. And some of his spells triggered, which at this point you probably realize what that means when they trigger.
So displacement would stay on him even though he's unconscious, or
it would, unless it would persist.
So I'm going to spend my standard action to dismiss that in the event Oran may attempt something. I don't know if he will, but I'm going to get rid of it, and I'll just say, Oran, I'm not sure if you're going to try to do something, but I got rid of Gideon's displacement. And then Jessup will heroically 5-foot step behind Kieran.
Heroically. 5-foot step behind him.
That will bring us to Oran.
Oh, I wonder what I will do.
Give up.
So I obviously let the spell that I had go. So I lose that, right?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Hold it in the other hand. Do two-hand magic casting like Skyrim.
There's a prestige class where you can do that. But
5-foot step. Wait a minute. I'm going to run around this way and get over here, provoking from this one.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, it's just the better way to do it. All right, so I'll provoke from him.
Dude, you could have rolled in acrobatics.
Again, it's like -10.
That is a low roll, but they got pretty good to hit. It's still a 24.
That misses. Okay, so he gets over there and he will cast Breath of Life on Gideon.
All right. Go ahead and roll your Breath of Life.
32.
Okay.
32 hit points to Gideon. Josh, is Oran able to see? Does Gideon begin to breathe again, or?
If I understand Breath of Life correctly, yes.
So you cast that on him, and you see him begin to stir slightly. You believe that he is alive.
It takes my negative, right? And then you add it to that, and then if it's...
Yes. And then as long as you're not dead after
Right.
that still.
Yes.
Back to
Then
life.
he is fine, yes.
Okay.
He is actually
All
fine and conscious.
Oh, he's conscious?
He's conscious.
That's potentially
Not
really
great.
bad.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we got that scroll of raised dead if we need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oran slotted Breath of Life 5 times.
Yeah.
I just
Well.
keep bringing him back.
Stop it! Please just let me die.
That does bring us to Gideon's turn. Your allies are still there, I assume?
Oh, yeah. So, Enduring Bloom comes back,
Okay.
which will heal him the same as a Cure Light Wound, so that +5.
All right. You'll live forever.
Not great. Then I gotta do some quick math to figure out what
I
can
mean,
do next.
6 out of 8 is pretty good.
Is Shield Other still on?
Yes.
Not anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, it is.
Oh no.
Wait, how does that work? But it doesn't turn off when you die. You still take
That's
half
why.
the
That's why
damage
when you.
when
That's
you're
why when
dead.
you went to provoke, I was like, "Good lord."
Oh god, I'm gonna take more damage.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I can't take a swift action because I used my immediate.
That is correct.
Yeah. So we are going to.
Cast Grace.
I can't. It's a swift action.
Oh,
Can I cast it as a standard action, Jason?
Guess what?
Grace. I guess it wouldn't work. Yeah,
it would
wouldn't work.
provoke even if that was
Right.
a thing that could be done.
Right, so it would not be helpful. So, what we're gonna do, and I realized ally across time, I'm not even sure they're gonna help. I mean, they can aid others, what they can do, which I guess with blind sense,
They could aid other your AC.
yeah, that's what I was wondering if that would work or not.
I guess so.
Okay, then we'll do that. So they'll all give him a +8 to his AC because he got 4 of them.
I was going to say, collectively they'll give you a +8. They're not each giving you a +8.
Correct. Collectively they'll give me a +8. And then he will... What does he want to do first? He is going to stand up, which will provoke.
Yeah, we'll have to look into Shield Other again. It seems like there is an overwhelming consensus that people think it should end if the caster dies.
It just seems weird that it would stay active.
That would be amazing, because then Oran could just carry around Gideon's lifeless body all over and always take 50% less damage.
True.
Well, that's the main thing that I was thinking about, is that if one of them died, then you'd just, like...
You'd have an corpse that just...
Like, what is the other half damage going to? Because it's no longer a creature, really. It's an object.
Gideon's at, like, 1 million negative damage at the end of this campaign.
So that's something that we'll have to consider probably moving forward. Because some people are saying that, like, when you're dead, like, technically, like, your soul goes away. So range things, I don't think that really is a good justification, but
anyways, we'll do it later. It won't come up again, probably. It's not like you're going to hit me again with a +8 on my AC. I mean...
Well, you are prone, so...
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Didn't you stand up to provoke?
I guess I'm provoking no matter what I do. Is that the case?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, because the debate is casting a heal spell now.
Can you total defense while you're prone?
I can't think of a reason not to.
You could do that and hope that you can get further healed before you do stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we can total defense to get my AC all the way up to 49.
Holy what? Okay, you don't need to total defense. You're fine.
Yes, you do.
I don't know, man. I think that I don't want to die again.
At least for one turn. Just stay alive one turn.
I don't know. I think Gideon wants to die. He's always been talking about wanting to be reincarnated into a butterfly or something. He wants to die.
Yeah, no, we'll total defense because that won't provoke while we're down there. Yeah, and we'll grab all this stuff.
Grabbing your stuff would provoke.
No, it didn't. Why would it provoke?
Picking up an item does provoke.
Picking up...
Sure. Does it not?
It does. No, it doesn't. No way it does.
I'm pretty
looking
sure
at it now.
Well, I think sheathing a weapon provokes, dude. So I think
drawing a weapon does not. Sheathing a weapon does. I imagine that picking up a weapon would have to.
How is drawing a weapon and picking up a weapon any different?
I think it's kind of like if you're drawing a sword out of a sheath, like you can just kind of like do that and keep your focus on an opponent. But if you're sheathing it, you kind of have to look down where you're putting your sword, type of a thing. I think that's the logic. It does take more attention to sheath something.
Okay.
Yeah, pick up an item, yes, provokes. So you can total defense, but probably not pick up an item.
Yeah, so we'll total defense, and we'll take all of them will aid my AC. So plus me.
Well, that brings us to the crystals. Red's gonna go down after the guy who attacked it. Blue would, but you're there. So Red's gonna take one attack. So against Kieran, yeah, that's a 32. That's gonna hit.
Yes.
But you have images.
But it doesn't matter.
Oh, you don't. I keep forgetting about that. So it just hits.
Yeah, just hit.
You don't have any other defenses going on. Okay.
Nope.
So
do not.
You will take a juicy 37 points of damage. Not too bad. Blue, however, does make an attack against Gideon there. But his AC is so... Okay. What is your AC, Josh?
49.
I rolled a natural 19 for a 38. So...
What?
Misses. But really close.
Wait, what did you say it was? A 48?
38.
Oh, 38.
Yeah, not a 40. No. Yeah, so natural 19, and I'm sorry, you're prone, so it would actually be a 42 to hit, but even then, it misses. Because you've got 4 versions of yourselves dogpiling you, so it can't get to your real body.
That said, had I not, yeah, that was close. That was very close. Had I not total defense, yeah.
That brings us to the top of the next round, and Kieran, you are up. You've been hit by this creature, and you're noticing that it is now ignoring the spell effects that were somehow affecting it before, mysteriously.
Magic. I'll just 5 foot step back, and I'll do the same thing I did before with the acid line. which should still
expending
go both of them.
all of the spell slots.
Yeah. Well, Jessup called me useless, and it hurt my feelings, so I have to do what I can. So, again, DC 18.
Well, that one rolled a natural 1 for a 1.
Okay.
And the other one rolled a natural 11 for an 11, so both fail, obviously.
So 35 points of acid damage.
Okay. Oof.
Did you tell Jessup to shut up earlier?
That was just a joke. That wasn't even...
My feelings were hurt more.
a
Everybody
joke.
heard it. That was canon.
Yeah.
I'll just cut it out. I've got that.
Seriously, I was about to say, Sarah's going to cut that out and make Jessup look like a total D-bag this
Well,
session.
no. If I were to cut that out, I would cut out the other stuff that doesn't matter.
She's been cutting out everything to make it look like Jessup's the villain.
Didn't I tell you what I did what I was going to do with our fight last week? I was just going to make it so that Jessup...
One-sided.
Yep. Completely
Oh,
one-sided.
yeah.
All right, some big damage there. Kieran has single-handedly... You can see that the acid is just eating away and bubbling away at the crystal of this creature, and a lot of it is just kind of sloughing off in the like a acidic residue. That is the end of your turn, Kieran.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. 5-foot step and cast a spell.
That brings us to Jessup.
Yes.
Jessup, free action. Kieran. You're doing something good here. Can you do it again?
You could just keep backing up, Jessup. It's kind of moving me back down the hallway.
Wait, so you could dragon breath him again?
Yep, 3 more times.
Oh, okay, yeah, you do your thing. So Jessup will, your free action, maintain the performance, and then Jessup will cast Heroic Finale to give Kieran can do an additional standard or move action of their choice this turn.
Oh. So, yeah, you could cast another spell as a standard action.
Okay, Kieran's gonna move 30 feet down the hallway.
No, that's not what I meant.
He turns with a malicious grin and he says, "Thank you," and then he runs away.
He teleports away.
To his hometown of Malthoon. He was Malthoony the whole time.
Yep, it was Malt 30 the whole time. All right, I will use another Dragon's Breath. I'm just burning through my level 4s.
Okay.
Same roll as before.
No, still fail.
He got really excited with himself.
I mean, you would be amazed at how well I'm rolling these saves. It's just that they have a +0, so 16s and 17s on the die don't do anything.
Thankfully, so another 35 acid damage.
All right, we're definitely getting down there.
Yeah.
And then Jessup will abide Kieran's recommendation and just run down the hall himself. That's not true. I'll probably go here. Just 5 foot. Move out of the way.
All right. After Jessup, we have Oran.
I think Oran's going to use heal on Gideon.
All right.
So that should be 120.
Oh, I'm full.
Points.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any conditions should be gone. And Oran will 5-foot step here
All right.
so that he can be attacked and go down.
Well, we'll see what the crystal wants to do about that. Gideon, it is your turn.
Okay, Will Grace, grab my weapon, stand up.
So grabbing the weapon would still provoke, yes. Your movement does not provoke, but grabbing the weapon would provoke.
Then we won't cast Grace. We'll just gotta stand up.
Okay, so that will provoke.
Yeah, but we'll cast. What we'll do is we'll do Divine Might, and we'll choose the one that's hitting me.
So swift action, divine might.
Yep. Go to grab the weapon, which will provoke, and go to stand up.
So you are still prone when this all happens. When the attack happens, you're prone.
Actually, forget that weapon. Who needs it? We'll just stand up and we'll grab the large obsidian 9-ring thing he's got, the broadsword, and just use that.
Okay, so you stand up, draw the weapon, and that's your turn.
Yeah, but it would still provoke.
Will
because
still
I think
provoke,
that's-
and you would be prone when it happens. So that is a critical threat
Okay.
because it's an 18 with the +4 for you being prone. That brings it to an even 40.
With all the dudes, no, but it still will hit, right? Or how does that work? So was it a natural 20 or just a critical threat?
It was not a natural 20. It rolled an 18, which is in its threat range.
No, because the dudes are aiding another, so they have the +8 again. I had to make as a free action, I had to make 4 new guys, but they come out again.
then you are instantly killed.
Yep, and we're back up. Only 5-foot step there.
Okay, and that is your turn. It is now the crystal's turn. They will continue their assault. One will go down here. I'll roll for the one up there because it does have 2 targets. So 1 or 2, Gideon, 3, 4, Oran. That is a 4, so Oran. So I'll do my attack against Kieran first. So Kieran, this is going to be a low roll, but your AC is not as high as the others. So 23 might still hit.
That is my AC.
You take another 43 points of damage. And then the attack against, I think it was Oran that I rolled for there. So Oran, it is not a crit, but it is a 33 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So Oran, you take 19 points of damage, and Gideon takes 19 points of damage. That is their turns. Top of the next round, we have Kieran.
Oh boy, I wonder what Kieran's gonna do. Anybody want to guess?
Breathe fire.
Yeah, right. That would be so dumb. Anyway.
Breathe sonic damage?
Yeah, right.
One thing that I would like to bring to the discussion is the angle, now that Gideon is right in front of the one in the back. Would Gideon get hit by this? Because that's a pretty tight line there now.
Yeah, I could say yes.
Well, because the line would be from Kieran's space, not the creature's space.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking if he had 5-foot step, what would be possible?
I disagree. Why?
State your argument.
It can't go like that?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. It's like it's a very narrow.
Because, I mean, I can back up 2 squares and then do 1, 2,
I would
3,
say
4, 5,
if you
6.
back up, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Because basically 30 feet up. Yeah, basically 30 feet up and then cross over and then do... Well, no, maybe not.
No, yeah. If you stand right next to Jessup, then I think it works out fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be correct.
So I could 5-foot step back and he's going to kind
Yes.
of like hold his hands out and try to get the distance to be perfect and cast the 4th one. Wow, not a good roll
Oof.
on that one. So
32. Let's see if they can save. 14 on the die and an 8 on the die. So they both fail, obviously. But 32, they are technically still alive.
Oh my goodness.
Both of them are still up, but you can see that like 90% of their bodies have been melted away by this acid.
Then they should be doing like only 10% of their damage.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how
That
it
should
works.
be how it works.
And that is your turn.
Yes, that's my turn.
That brings us to Jessup.
Jessup will look and see how they are deteriorating and what all kind of gone on, and so Jessup will kind of turn to Kieran and, I know we have disagreements, but at this very moment, I am super glad that you are here. And he will hit Kieran with a Cure Serious Wounds, so it'll be 32.
Oh, that is nice. Thank you.
And then Jessup will move up 10 feet.
All right. That brings us to Oran.
I don't have to protect him anymore. So I'll 5-foot step there. And I'll finally get to try and do damage.
Okay. Keep in mind, it is not subject to flanking, so don't give yourself a flanking bonus.
Real quick, wasn't there something that happened with Oran that hasn't been happening with Kieran? Wasn't there something that it did to Oran? Something about
you
like
mean the entrap.
the crystals
entrapment.
Oh,
were
the entrapment.
covering it or something?
Yes, I forgot about that. That would be a fortitude save then, because it did hit you.
Ah!
No, not Oran. She's talking about Kieran.
Yeah, the only thing is though is that if I fail, does my spell not go off? Like,
It wouldn't necessarily not go off. You'd just be entangled. So you would have had to make a concentration check, but I'm pretty sure
this
you'd probably
could
be.
spiral out of control. Just keep my fat mouth shut.
So glad you want to play by the rules, Sarah.
18 fortitude.
So an 18 would fail. So you would have to make a concentration check for your spell.
Okay, but I could still move?
Character is ensnared. It impedes movement, but does not necessarily prevent it unless the bonds are anchored to an immobile object or tethered to an opposing force. An entangled creature moves at half speed. So you would probably be tethered to the creature, yes.
It must not have been right in front of me, because how did I move without provoking? I am confused.
I don't know. You were 5 foot stepping, and then somehow you were just 10 feet away from it. I don't know.
Yeah, because I was 5 feet away from it when Jessup did his heroic finale, and then it didn't. Okay. It didn't have a turn in between when Jessup did that heroic finale, so I had already 5 foot stepped back, did the standard action from his heroic finale, and then my turn came. I took another movement.
So the creature goes between Jessup and you.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, no. Yeah, I had it backwards.
Kieran, did you by chance 5 foot step after you did the standard action that I gave you?
No.
No, so yeah. The creatures go between Jessup and Kieran, but not between Kieran and Jessup, because it goes Kieran, Jessup.
Right.
After Jessup's turn, the creatures go before Kieran goes again.
Right.
So
that
the creatures
all works
should have
out.
always been able to 5 foot step up to you, though. Every time, still.
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm so confused. So, I don't know. We'd have to retcon both of my spells if we retcon back to me being entangled, because those both happened since I've gotten hit by it, I think.
We should just restart from entering this cavern, and for some reason have the inclination that we should be massively buffed before walking in here.
Yeah, I have no idea. There's like way too much going on.
I'm not gonna retcon everything. Just roll me a concentration check against being entangled to see if the last spell goes off.
But I really feel like I probably should have provoked backing up to where I'm at. So you could probably roll another attack. My concentration is an 18. I rolled a natural 4.
And you don't get your
no
combat casting on
combat casting's only...
Is it not for entangled?
I don't think so. I think that's only for casting and defensively. Oh, well, casting on the defensive or while grappled.
Yeah, that's a bit funky because they're effectively grappling you, but technically not. I'd say it's similar enough to count, but I don't know if the +4 will be enough to make that succeed.
So it's 15 plus the spell level?
Yes.
Yeah, it would be a 19, so it would be a matter of me failing or succeeding.
Okay. So I'm going to just hand wave it, say that we're all good, but I am going to take that attack on you, and I'm going to say that you're still right next to it. Everything else we're just going to hand wave. We're not going to bother about any of the other things. Jessup can move up if he wants to. Don't care about any of that.
Okay.
Yeah, so in this case, Jessup would... Well, I don't think Jessup would have healed, though, in that case. I think it's... Well, I think my thing is if Kieran was still there and I knew that he was grappled, Jessup would have cast Freedom of Movement and cast that instead of a heal.
All right, well, I can take 32 hit points off.
That would have been off before my turn anyway.
Yeah, yep. So we'll just say you didn't heal me.
So in that case, you didn't heal, but you
Correct.
cast Freedom of Movement. The creature would then have been able to make its attack, so I'll still do the attack. But then on Kieran's turn, could have 5 foot stepped as normal, because he would no longer be entangled. Okay. We're just going to play it from this position. We're just going to go from here.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll the damage for you, and we're just going to go from here.
So what's this damage for?
The
attack of opportunity?
The attack of opportunity
Okay.
for... You said something about an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
I don't remember
Because
what's
you would
going
move
on.
10 feet back.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So that was a 29 to hit.
Yes.
So you take 44 points of damage.
Oh boy. Okay.
And I don't even remember whose turn it was anymore. Was it
Mine.
Oran's turn?
Yeah, it's the longest turn I've ever had.
Or you shut up, we're doing our
You
turns
shut
again.
up, we're doing turns again. So Oran had 5 foot stepped.
Okay.
He's gonna make some attacks against blue.
All right. Roll your attacks. 29 will hit, 31 will hit, 27 will hit. So this is against blue. So you do a little bit of damage.
9
So
damage. Woo!
You do 1 point of damage. You then do 4 points of damage. You then do 4 points of damage, which is enough to bring it to -3.
Yes!
So blue goes down.
I killed it all by myself. Kieran did nothing. I did it all myself.
Which then brings us to Gideon's turn.
He'll move over here, free action, make 4 more buddies, which I think you can do. You can do up to his level, yeah, so 4 more. And he'll have them aid this attack.
All right.
So this is at a +8. And I have to
Okay.
uncheck Divine Might because he's dead.
I mean, its AC is 17, so I don't think you can miss.
No, I probably can't, but
Oh, that is the absolute opposite.
Okay, so 36 tentative crit, 35 will confirm. Your weapon is a mace.
Oh, I clicked the wrong one. -1 from both of those. No, my weapon is a broadsword.
Right, it is the broadsword. And it does, what type of damage does it do? Slashing damage. Okay.
So that's not a crit, and that's 2 less. It's a 34.
Because you're not doing bludgeoning damage, yes, you do not confirm the crit. The creature has a special ability where bludgeoning and sonic attacks can inflict crits, so I was going to say it is, but because it's not the mace, does not confirm the crit, but you could deal your damage.
I already thought they were immune anyway, so no loss on my side.
Yeah, normally oozes are immune to crits, and this one is also immune to crits, except when they are bludgeoning or sonic attacks.
Interesting.
In fact, a successful critical hit from such attack causes the thing to split.
So 12 points of damage.
12, so 2 points of damage.
Yep.
It's still up, which brings it to its turn, and it's got 2 targets now. So let's do 1, 2, Jessup, 3, 4, Gideon. 2, that'll be a Jessup attack. Jessup does that is a terrible roll, but it's...
Just roll your damage, dude.
It's still a 22, though. I think that misses, though. I rolled a natural 4. Does 22 hit you?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
That's what I said. Just roll damage.
Yeah. Sometimes your AC is like in the mid-20s, so... 37.
I'm sorry, I didn't have haste checks. It should be 21, but either way.
Yeah. 37 points of damage to you.
Okie dokie.
And that brings us back to Kieran. So you do have freedom of movement, so you're not entangled. Everything's good to go.
I'm in a pickle now, though.
Yeah, I mean, you should be fine. You can do a line through there, given the templates.
I don't think so. No. Well, I guess if it veers off like this direction instead of doing
like if you go into the
line.
wall, yeah. If you go into a wall.
Yeah. So if I do like this.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
Can you not magic missile these ones?
Oh yeah, I forgot force damage was probably fine.
Yeah, I don't see anything talking
Well,
about force damage.
I guess we'll go with that. Thanks, Jessup.
You're welcome.
That's 15 force damage.
All right, it had 3 hit points left, and you shatter the creature with your force bullets, and it goes down. Would have been an easy TPK had Kieran not been there.
Yikes.
Yep, kind of funny. I called him worthless in the beginning, and he did like 95% of the damage.
I'm kind of mixed. I messed up. There were a couple of misplays on my part. I didn't need to go down as low as I did. Just wasn't expecting this much damage all out the get-go.
Well, the very first damage, you took 74 or something like that. Like, before we even knew. Yeah, before we even knew what it was going to be like.
You didn't expect it to crit right away, and you didn't expect its base damage to be 7d8.
Right, yeah. No, there were just a lot of things where it's like, well, I could have been more cautious, but I wasn't thinking that I needed to be more cautious. Classic.
Dude, we went to a new map. We should have been cautious.
We should. Well, that was my. It's the meta game that's so hard to fight. You go into a new spot and you think, okay, this is a pretty big map. I probably got 2 or 3, maybe 4 encounters. I should be strategic about this. And then you almost die, and you're just like, wait a minute. This was so avoidable if I just was willing to expend, a level 4 spell slot.
I think this is exactly like the fight that we had with the first one with the Morlocks, with the destroyers that annihilated
Yeah, it's the
us.
same thing. Where you just, I also made a couple of bad choices, but that's just because I was like, wait a minute, he's actually dead. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You all find yourselves, though, in this bright chamber. Again, these crystals are emitting a white light, and it's refracting off of them in such a way that it's very bright in this chamber, and you see 2 tunnels veering off.
Jessup will look up at Kieran, and does up to quite a bit of damage for Jessup health, but obviously it wasn't as much as some others, and kind of look at Kieran and not really say too much, but just kind of nod his head and thanks.
Kieran turns to you as just blood is pouring from his head and like running down into his mouth, and his smile is all like bloody, and he just like nods and he's like, "Sure thing, Jessup. Sure thing."
I think you missed a important spell for yourself today, Kieran.
What would that one be?
Fastidiousness.
Oh, yeah, no, I got that. It's sloughing off. It's just, it has to come from somewhere.
There's a lot of Kieran coming out right now. I think we need to do some healing before we kind of move forward.
You know, Oran, I might just convert to Torag eventually. He's really been doing us a solid.
Well, I mean, if you're quite serious about that, it's not uncommon for there to be human followers of Torag. Yeah, and he'll just start going off about all the benefits of Torag.
Kieran's just like nodding politely as you go on, not having been serious at all, but just letting you go on.
Gideon exchange a glance with Kieran, kind of like a, yeah, well, this is, you asked for this,
Oran pulls out his portable smithy where he has etched the entire scripture of Torag onto the side of it.
Right.
Yep.
When Oran, it sounds like he's kind of like reaching a lull in his proselytization. Gideon will interject. And if you ever want to hear anything about Shaylin or Iomade or Milani, feel free to just ask me about it. Kieran, I'm sure you'd love to hear.
Well, if I ever want my healing to only be for myself, then I'll come to you, Gideon.
He's laughing. No, I owe you both a lot. You have my thanks. I was not the shield I wanted to be. As he picks up his mason stuff.
Hey, what do I chop liver? I helped. I cast spells on you to prevent healing. You're welcome.
Who do you worship, Jessup?
Oh, the Rangers.
You worship the Rangers?
Hey, I don't talk ill about your deity. You leave my worshipping alone.
Okay.
You're even worse than Aiden was. I thought that boy worshipped the Rangers, but it seems you may be even more devout than he.
No, it's Desna here there. If I had to pick one.
Sounds like it runs in the family, though, Kieran.
Yeah, that it does. There were similarities.
Well, we all survived, so at least that's good to be had there. I appreciate all of you. Should we press on? I'm not liking being in the Darklands too long, so if we could get in and get out.
Really? I'm having a lot of fun here.
It's really hot. I don't appreciate it. It's really sticky. Aren't you sweating really bad under there, Gideon?
It's the worst.
Can't you smell him?
Well, I mean, you're not, roses and petunias yourself there, Oran. You're
I smell of earth. That's all I smell like. I don't know what you're talking about. I rub mud on myself.
Jessup dies laughing, thinking that you were referring to how fat he is, and that's why he might be hot.
Oh, no. I was more referring to the fact that our friends here are wearing full armor. I don't even have any armor on, and I'm really uncomfortable, and I can't imagine carrying 50 pounds of armor that's all metal. How that would feel.
Not great. I don't understand how you're comfortable down here, Oran. It's not for me.
It's kind of our natural habitat. I mean, we like hot places. The Forge of Torag, and he begins going into Torag again.
All right, here's a question for you, Oran. If you're so comfortable underground, why in the world were the dwarves looking for the sky?
Well, they're comfortable with both. I mean, they're comfortable underground, but they're also comfortable above ground.
Right, but it's just odd that, if you were content where you were, why were you pressing on? Is this another thing where are the dwarves actually conquerors or something?
I mean,
hold on, Oran. I got this one. 25 knowledge history?
Gideon will try to pacify this conversation as much as he can.
So, none of you would, by any chance, have the spell, find the path or anything? Just point us right the direction we need to go? I'm just kidding. That's a pretty high-level spell, but it would be helpful right now, because I'm not sure.
I have knowledge geography.
Can you tell which way? Should we go up or down? I'm assuming this goes down, Jason?
It looks like it curves around, yeah.
Can I roll a knowledge, Jason, to know, or...
roll me a survival.
Detailed? Oh, crap. Biscuits.
I can roll survival to aid, maybe.
You know what? When Kieran asked, Jason, would I have time to roll or buff myself with Deadeye's Lore?
Sure, yeah.
Before I make a choice? Okay. I think it's a +4, yes. So let me add in 19.
That's a cool spell.
Did you look up Find the Path or Deadeye's Lore?
No, I looked up Beloved of the Forge. You gain an innate sense of the direction to your home or to the place where you last attempted a craft check. Whichever you choose when you cast a spell, you gain a plus 10 insight bonus on survival checks made to find your way back to the chosen place. While under the effects of this spell, items in your possession gain a plus 2 luck bonus on saving throws against spells and effects, and you gain a plus 5 luck bonus on craft checks to create or repair objects with craft skills in which you are trained.
Why don't you just cast that?
I would argue that Kragadon is his home.
Is that your homeland on your character sheet there, Fancy Pants?
Is Fancy Pants.
Well, there you go.
Kragadon is my homeland.
But did you prepare it?
Absolutely not. Why would I? I didn't even know it existed.
Wait, hold on. Did you leave some open spell slots like a good cleric?
I mean, technically, yes. Technically, yes, because me and Jason have talked about this. I'm not preparing all of the spells because there's too many spells for me to program and go through at any given time.
So, I mean, instead of you kind of chatting to us about Torag, you could have just slotted that spell there.
It just takes 15 minutes.
Fine. Yeah, give me 5. Can I do that, Jason? You cool with that? Beloved of the Forge. I'm on Archives of Nethys. I don't see anything that marks it as a special spell that I'm not allowed to use.
As long as you have an unslotted level 2 spell slot, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have 3 that I have checked into the Cure Mod Wounds, but we had determined that, I'm just using that to keep track of how many spells I have left.
So basically it gives you a plus 10 survival check bonus.
Wait, I'm looking up Archives of Nethys here, Oran. I don't know if you can cast this spell. It looks like it's a Druskar only deity spell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
Beloved of the Forge. It's Druskar only.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
So yeah, you can cast that and make a survival check if you want.
I guess if that's the case, then would it be okay if I gave mine as a aid roll to him then instead? Because, I mean, I know that my roll's not going to be that great.
Sure.
I mean, 19's pretty good, but
Can I try
I
to
would have
aid?
rather tried to aid.
Sure.
Plus 0, 17. So I do
So
aid.
You do
Literally almost better than me with a plus 6.
So this will be a plus 4.
Yes.
Is that with your plus 10?
Yes.
That is with the plus 10.
I mean, technically it is still better than my roll, so...
So a 23. So you're on hard ground. So the DC is 20. The thing that I am denoting was large sized, which brings it down to a 19. And it has been 4 days, which brings it up to a DC 23, which is exactly what you rolled. So you're looking around and you find tracks that are leading in this tunnel's direction. You don't see any tracks going this way. Doesn't mean it's necessarily the wrong way to go, but you see tracks leading this way. And the tracks appear to be similar to the shape that you saw on the Trox from before. But that's pretty much all that you're able to gather. Neither tunnel necessarily gives you a better or worse feel for being in the direction of Kragadan. The only distinguishing thing you can tell is tracks going in one way and nothing in the other.
Well, since the rest of you didn't want to go find the Trox, I guess we'll go this way. Follow me. I'm just kidding.
Wait, Oran, did you burn those yet?
I may have already done that. Yeah.
Which one of us had mending?
That might have been a mistake. I apologize.
Wait, I thought we decided not to burn them.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that we had made it far enough that we wouldn't run into them. 30 miles and whatnot, a couple days.
When did you do that?
About the time that we arrived into this portion of the caves. I apologize. I made a mistake. I'm very sorry.
All right.
It was a mistake. It was a mistake.
Okay.
I am admitting my mistake.
All right.
I made a mistake.
I'm not perfect, and this is gonna come across as a holier than thou kind of thing, but can we just as a group decide right now that anything that is impacting to this group as a whole is discussed by this group and that we don't just make decisions on our own anymore? I know I'm guilty of it too, and I will abide by this, but can we just as a group agree to this? Because we all come from different backgrounds, we have different opinions, but if it affects us all as a group, I think it's at least up for discussion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. Like I said, I've admitted this was a mistake. I mean, that's all I can say. That's fine. I agree. Simple mistake.
No argument for me, of course, Kieran. I've been in the same mind for a while now.
Oh, you've never made a mistake.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right.
Harpies.
Let's just go. All right. We'll deal with it if it comes
Well,
up.
I mean, if you want to fight about it, we can. But I'm admitting I made a mistake. I agree. We can definitely talk about stuff. I don't know what you want me to do now.
No one wants a fight, Oran.
Yeah, I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
This party is a bunch of children.
They are. They're actually the worst. I love it.
Oh, well, if you think about it, though, we have been traveling underground in darkness. Now it's hot. We're all sweaty. We almost died. Like, I think we're all, like, getting to the end of our nerves as far as this journey is going. And
I will say, before we leave, Kieran, I agree with you. But just know, I think what we all have done is things that we believe are the best choice we have. Granted, there are times, I think, where we all as an individual have made a choice that we could have had the time to collectively have made a decision on. But there still may be times that we have to make split decisions. And I will just say, I trust all of you moving forward. And if we need to make split decisions and you make a choice, I will stand by you.
all right, so if I make a choice to just take 50,000 gold out of our party funds, then it's a mistake. I'm sorry. I won't do it again, but it happened this once.
Literally
so
not what I said.
We'll have to just deal with it. No, I'm just messing with you. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just messing. I'm just tired. Let's keep going.
I'm going to buy you all a delicious mead when we get out of here.
Oh, no, don't you worry. I've got plans. If we get to Kragadan, I've got plans for sure.
We're going to be Kragadun. Let's get out of here.
As you guys enter into this chamber, you see the small white crystals that coat every surface of this grand chamber, lending it the appearance of a winter landscape. The entire chamber is like a wide kaleidoscope of shifting white and gray patterns reflecting along the jutting rocks on the cavern. The moment you guys step in here, any of you who are relying on your vision take a -5 penalty on any ranged attacks or perception checks because it is so blindingly bright in here. But even with that, you can still see one creature standing in the middle of the room. And as you guys are approaching, you hear voices. I'm not even going to have you guys roll stealth checks because there is 0% chance that you beat the perceptions of these creatures. 0% chance. You hear a voice, two voices coming out from either side of this chamber that you can't quite see at the moment. And you hear one voice saying, "I sense intruders, brother." And another voice saying, "Yes, sister, I sense intruders as well. Karzur, if you would remove them for us." And the creature standing in the middle of the chamber, you see its head look to its left, as if, like, looking at one of the voices, and then it gives, like, a very stilted kind of... It looks like a nod, but it's, like, a very, like, skittery nod, like you might think of an insectile creature. And you can see that the creature looks back towards you and begins what you assume to be a charge towards you. And I'll show you, this is what the creature looks like. The art has it combined with another creature, but you can see it is a Trox. It appears to be a well-equipped Trox, even. And you don't see the other creature that's on the token, technically, but I can reveal some more of the room here. So the creatures that were speaking, they would move into sight as you approach, and they would have moved here and here. And I'll show you both of them.
Wow, that's a really interesting thing.
And with that, we will pick it up here next week.